have to do to get this proposal through and to shut up PSKY. We're going to do it. Check out the website. I'll drop the link in the chat if anyone's curious. But yeah, I think there's obvious commitment there, and NFLX is not going to go down without a fight, nor is WBD. We also just got the Fed beige book out.
Thank you very much for that. All right, Ob, it's great having you on. You're gonna be on for the rest of the week.
Yes.
So it's Obi and I on the midday until Friday. We're hoping Joey Options is doing well. I'm gonna shoot your boy a text right now, and hopefully we'll get back to you guys and we'll let you know how Joey Options is doing. But for myself and Ob, take off. See you guys same bat time, same bat channel. Big boys are that way.
Welcome back.
Joey Options.
I was literally reading that infographic from Adara right now. That's
What's up with that?
well, you guys just, whatever. You guys just saw it, but I just saw it for the first time a couple of minutes ago. This is good stuff. It outlines. I don't know. Well, if we can come just for the chart, I want to show you guys what I'm looking at. Like, this is really good. It gives you like in nuts and bolts. There's a website I use for buyouts. This is actually far more clear, because they have like 2 separate entries, and it's like really long-winded, and it's all written in like annoying speech. No, this is very, very good. So shout out to Adara for that. Check out Trader TV Research. Lots of fantastic comment. I'm in a reversion trade on. Well, I'm in Nvidia, BM&R, but that's old stuff. Nvidia from VWAP, because we were doing that before and we're still doing it now. But a bit of an all-day trend break here, attempting on Netflix, which has been getting beat down. Let's be real. Like, it's been a rough day for Netflix, down 2%. What we thought was going to be a positive, I guess, outcome that they didn't raise their bid. They just made it all cash. But, I thought this morning I was sort of saying, oh, maybe this is the chance that we got to raise our bid. And then all of a sudden I'm still going to be bidding in front of 83. Anyways, just hopping on over just to recap. I know we're going to go through the rundown in a quick little bit. Nvidia has been all over the volume-weighted average price all day today. So just basically like scalping off of that level, and have been watching the VIX to see if it does something distinctly different to what we've been doing before. But it's also gotten range bound. So if you're looking at like what's going on with the market, we're sitting in the kind of a bottom end of a range. I'm gonna jump out of BM&R. I'll show you BM&R. I was also short BM&R off of this 32.4 level. A couple times into the low, but this time it breaks out. So I'm gonna walk away from that, maybe come back at VWAP. But just to finish the thought, if we break away from this range on UVXY, I think you stop with scalp trading and start thinking a little bit more directional. Like if we were to ever break down, reverse into maybe the long in Nvidia, if we break up here, then maybe start shorting it away from the volume weighted average price. But as long as you're inside that kind of a range, really what you got to do is play said range. Not much else you can do. We didn't get a decision on the Supreme Court.
Yeah, no, what's up with that?
What's up with that?
What's up with that?
What's his name?
What's up with that? I can't throw my voice for some reason. I got a drink.
What's the dude's name again? The wrestler that does.
Oh, what's up with that is there was Keenan Thompson was. What's up? Oh, no, you're talking about the big wiggle there, Norman Smiley?
No, there was another wrestler that says that. Maybe I'm wrong.
Is it a little skinny white guy?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm
right.
Shoot.
Yeah, no. Where's the chat? Where is the chat telling us usually?
Crap, I'm not even in the chat.
Hurricane. That's the guy. He had the mask,
yeah, and he goes
everything.
Like that. Yeah,
I knew
okay.
it was a dude.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
All good. I got to get in the chat.
Thank you. That was Jay Bronson in the chat hooking me up with the correct answer there.
All right, Jay.
That guy was a clown show.
I wonder if Jay Bronson knows Jay Lethal. That's a guy from AEW. You don't know who he is, Neil, so don't worry. I barely do myself. So, okay, I'm the same kind of ways, man. I mean, unfortunately, we didn't get enough down at the low of the day. We talked about punching short into the low of the day on the midday show in the Nasdaq. Unfortunately, it's not unfortunate. We did real well, man, bringing this back in, so it's all good. TQ is my #1 stock today, obviously, or whatever trading tool. But yeah, we're doing kind of what Neil was saying there, and before we got wrestling caught up, was looking at ranges, right? And like even right now, I'm going to bid 53 and just take some out right here, 15 cents on this if we can get it. That's all we've been doing is just sort of in and out, in and out, in and out here, and then hoping that we have something left on board if and when we do eventually tank through. Sia is here this afternoon, so we're really excited to have her come through, and that should be fun, reading some stories, some news, and getting bigger and better at that one. So I know a lot of you have been asking where she's been at. She's here right there. You'll see her in the background momentarily. But yeah, that's what I've been doing, just kind of chilling out here this afternoon.
We're really chilling now because they fixed.
Oh, that's good. Perfect segue.
So look, you guys, we might not have complained as much as it really was bad this morning. it was like a sauna in here where you like basically, it's like do your best to not pass out while you're drinking coffee, and it's like way too warm. It was probably, I don't know, it was like 80 something in the office, which is too much for an office.
No, it was a problem.
We're turning the screen like crapped out and all that stuff, but they fixed it, so shout out to the HVAC guys.
Like, I know I want to lose a little bit of weight, but like I'm not trying to like, just sweat off the...
sauna indoors, man.
Oh, and the funny part is I went to the gym, sauna was being worked on today. So I was like, I got one at work, I can't get one at the gym over here.
I guess they got it.
Anyways, and then I heard that some OB is sticking to you. You opened up the show talking about reversion trade, so I was like, okay.
Well, yeah.
OB definitely, some of the lingo over there has passed its way over. There's Sia, there's Sharif in the background. So there's Obi. Oh, that's Obi, by the way. Hey, Obi, how's it going? Yeah, we're having a good time today. Should be...
Look at Chevron.
I was going to say, we got to look at the banks, got to look at some oil names.
I hate myself. You know, here's the thing. There's an idiot around. By the way, Netflix. Ooh, Netflix doesn't want to do that reversion. Speaking of which, as the market continues lower, there's some fool was like, you should wait for the 50 or 200 period moving average to buy the dip on Chevron, and not just sort of buy it in here. I don't know who that fool was, but he was probably me. It was definitely me. I was really like, yeah, you just wait for it to get into the moving average, will be good. Now we're back at the highs, and XOM, energy, good day for energy today. If you want strength, you got to look for it elsewhere. Either it's that small capper that went absolutely nuts. Oh, the charts are still slow. XOM breaking out also. Wow, big breakout for XOM. I'm sure XLE obviously is going to be doing well. What was that symbol again? It's RO, high roller, right?
Yeah, ROL, I don't know. We do have this here. I mean, this one, critical metals. I kept on hearing Sharif kept on talking about criminal, and I was like, what stock are we talking about here? No. It's fine to do that, but it is CRML. So I just wanted to say that if you did hear Sharif talking about that, it's not a smooth criminal. This is not Michael Jackson style right here, although that is a badass song, Smooth Criminal. That is one of my favorite Michael Jackson songs. But anyways, because Annie, are you okay? Annie, are you okay?
Are you okay?
Are you okay, Annie? Yeah, but anyways, back on regular scheduled programming. This is why we love the job. Just act a fool whenever you want to. It doesn't really matter. But there it is, $17. I want to say shout out to Jay Bronson. That's what it was. I just called that up there. There it is, Bronson. We're giving you a shout out right over there. $3 club. That's some monies right there. So congratulations, Mr. Bronson, on that play. That's a great one, man. Critical metals, nice upside play there. We got stopped out of not stopped out, we got, stopped out is the right word. We got stopped out of Rivian there. This is an absolute disgusting play there. Intel was, yeah, buddy. Good thing we did get stopped out there. We'd still be flat, but it does make it move all the way down. And we had to put in stops when we went to the gym, man. So, but we got Palantir back to the downside. So today is another decent day, but pretty much like 75% of my day is right here because we have no mistakes on the cues. So this is a big one. Here we'll see if the market wants to go to the downside. Not expecting too much here. Earnings season's already kicked off with the banks. They did not react well to earnings season so far. We'll see if Morgan Stanley and Goldman Sachs has something to say about that tomorrow, and then hopefully the regional banks will say a little something as well.
They got a better chance because of the trading side of it and because of the deal making and because of the IPO market, but
that's
a really crappy start for the banks.
There it is. Sean, are you okay? That's funny there, Patrick. Are you okay? Are you okay, Sean? You've been struck by a reversal. Ooh.
Yes.
Hopefully not.
Definitely a top 10, maybe even a top 5. Michael Jackson's.
Yeah, I don't know. I just remember every time I hear it, I'm getting
the video's
getting
fired.
pumped up, man. Yeah, it's a sick video. Isn't he in all white?
Yeah.
He's got the white hat, throwing that shit around.
And then they do the lean.
It's too much. Michael Jackson is.
That's one of the most famous.
I don't.
When he does that crazy lean, where clearly they're having some help. It's like a magician's trick.
Maybe he was having help. Maybe he wasn't, my guy.
No, 100%. They got a thing in their shoe. You can't lean as far down and then get back up. Like, maybe even if you couldn't actually get back out of that without falling on your face.
People never heard of the moonwalk before he did it. Now he's the one walking on the moon, Well, but you're right. I know that lean. That looks.
Yeah, that was the moonwalk. Obviously, is like number one.
I'm pretty sure the lean you would fall down.
Of course you would
fall down on that one.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about funded futures network. Because let me ask you something, everybody.
All right.
If someone handed you $1.25 million to trade, would your process change or just your upside? That's the opportunity Funded Futures Network provides. They're a futures prop firm that gives traders access to large sim and live funded accounts every day. They've already paid millions to traders around the globe, and with fast same-day and daily payouts. And right now, an evaluation account is 50% off, where you get buy one, get one free with no activation fees. So you can find the link below or scan the QR code you see out in front of you. Shout out to them and thank them for sponsoring this part of the show. We are ready for the rundown. I see Sharif is there, Sia is back. Sia came with like these ridiculously good like lavender chocolates. Did you get one? All right. This is my.
Sia knows the problem here.
No, you were probably at the gym.
Specify that I called out Sean's name so many times. He had AirPods on. He was on a call. I wanted to give him the chocolate, so it's not my fault. You were on the segment. So, guys.
I mean, clearly Sharif didn't hear it. Sharif was sitting right beside me without earpods in.
I was not trying to throw Sia under the bus. I was not trying to throw Sia under the bus.
I mean, and plus her mic is very staticky, by the way, just to let Andre know. Sia's mic is out of control, staticky.
They were.
Okay.
They were tasty.
It was tasty?
No, they were really good. There's more. You should have one. They were really good.
Potentially I should have one, but I guess I have to be offered one first. I'd have to be offered one.
Dark chocolate? Oh, are you kidding me?
Okay, Sia.
Yeah.
I see the way this is going. Okay. I'm shook up now, Sharif. But, okay. No, it's all good. I don't like lavender anyways. All right, back over to the desk.
Welcome to the afternoon rundown, everyone. The show where you decide what we talk about every afternoon. The big boys are locked and loaded. C is here, and they're ready to look at the tickers as decided by you. But the only way to get your tickers on the afternoon rundown, you got to get into the chat. You got to vote, and the only way to vote is you throw in that $sign followed by whatever ticker your heart so desires. Let's look though. Let's start by looking at all four major averages, and all are red but one. The NQ is leading the way down here, down 1.5%. Same kind of look with the SPY, down more than 0.4% with the Dow, just only down about 1/3% on the day. The IWM though, the Russell 2000 ETF, up a little bit less than 1/3%, trading at about 262.13. Not a bad look there. Let's start though with the first ticker as decided by you guys by a country mile. It was not even close. ROLR, High Roller Technologies is the name of that ticker, are jumping up, Sia, on the 5-fold at least, probably even more now, after a deal that they entered to get into the prediction markets.
Absolutely. So the events contract that will be offered by CDNA, a CFTC registered exchange and clearinghouse of crypto.com to customers through High Roller.
Nice.
And the partnership will be providing individuals with the opportunity to trade event contracts across various markets, including finance, entertainment, and sports, through a legal, engaging, and user-friendly platform. So I feel like that's really cool.
Absolutely, and we've seen Kalshi, Polymarket, Boom. You're seeing Robinhood, SoFi. They're all throwing their hat into the prediction markets ring. And the good thing about it, like, I don't know, have you ever done any of these prediction markets things?
Absolutely not.
Neither have I. But what I did know is that, say for example, you and I place a bet with DraftKings on a sports match, right? We're betting against the house, whereas if we do it on the prediction markets, it's against each other.
You're right.
It's like a prediction market thing. So I thought that was kind of cool.
It's cool.
Bit of a different take there. Guys, ROLR is all sorts of weak now. I think it is halted down, but it's still up 647%.
You are correct about that. It is a down halt. It is not the first down halt. It down halted at least.
I think Obi picked this one in the long-term account there, Roller.
I mean, it's like you could just be like, I'm shorting ROLR. Like if we had done our picks, like that would have been the golden move right there. It's just it'd be like 45 minutes from now, and I'd just say whatever price this is at, this is my play of the year. I'm shorting this thing because it went up 7 bajillion%. Like, what do you think is going to happen here? Anyways, I'm actually unaware of this. We were just sort of talking about whether or not there is a rule if a company has just had some kind of a significant press release which moves the stock. Does that change their ability to drop an offering? I'm going to guess. I've never heard of such a rule, but I feel like one should exist. You should be concerned that a company like this might drop some kind of an offering and raise money when they're up this much. But from a technical standpoint, Here, I'll give you this much. Even with this down halt, this is going to be more line of best fit than trend line because it broke a little bit, but I think it's still valid. Even with the down halts, unless it breaks 25, it hasn't broken the trend from VWAP. That's how absurd this stock is. That it could drop $5, or actually that's more, $7 from the high, and still hasn't even broken the trend. I feel like if it breaks the trend, you could be anywhere underneath the $20 level. This will be like a pass for me. Locates were actually expensive with this one. And it's far too gone right now, but be careful. Don't get caught in some kind of a maybe raise by these guys. And it'll open back up in 2 minutes or so for RLR, but this doesn't seem like much of a trade. I don't mind small cappers in the afternoon and gappers, but the ones that halt 20 times a day are not my cup of tea.
All right, yeah, big time halts happening there on roller. Can probably halt into the afternoon even more and more. We're just having a lot of fun here. It's been obviously a great day, and it's going to continue here with stock number 2. Let's go over to Sharif and find out what stock number 2 is.
Sean, I know it's one that you're often involved in. TSLA down about 2.5% today. The main headlines coming up, but UBS did have a bit of a note today on Tesla maintaining their sell rating, but boosting the price target from 247 to 307. But really, Sia, it came down to that self-driving. They're switching how they bill you, aren't they?
Absolutely. So like you mentioned earlier in the show, the company is making a full self-driving software, a monthly subscription instead of providing a flat rate. But also an important thing to remember is that the company is also behind Alphabet's Waymo. And Waymo's numbers have reached $450,000 by weekly paid rides in December, according to investors by Tiger Global. And also comparing to Tesla's fourth quarter deliveries were 418,000. So the number you see, it's like a quite big of a jump between Tesla and Waymo. So yeah, pretty big.
So Sean, you have a Tesla, and you also have the option of getting FSD. And I don't know, a birdie told me maybe you might be heading to Boston soon, and maybe you don't want to drive when you're heading down there. Katina, man, what say you on FSD?
Yeah, what say you?
Yeah, what say me on that one? No, unfortunately, it's funny because the trip that we were supposed to make, I think it's not till June or something like that. It's to Minnesota, so Minneapolis. Nothing going on there right now, so we'll probably
say what's up to Gordon Bombay.
Probably just go there. But no, that wouldn't be a reason for me to do anything with full self-drive. But I would always going to subscribe to the monthly anyways. Like I don't see the reason. I think here in Canada it's like $11,000 or something. Just to the question I had about the full self-drive thing was, and you guys tell me, if you buy it outright and then you sell your car, like let's just say you have a,
that's good.
you know, a 2022 model or something, Model 3, and you upgrade it to 2026, because it's the same key, like that moves forward with the car, like you're logging in the same, does that full self-drive because you paid for it once? Is it like a lifetime membership or is it stuck to the car? Because if it was lifetime, then I could understand why that would make sense. But if it's stuck to the car, then I don't ever see why someone would pay 11 grand for full self-drive when you could pay $100 a month.
We're getting conflicting answers. Big Lion says not transferable. Happy Coder says yes, you can transfer one time. So I don't know. I don't want to ask.
I mean, you can't. I mean, probably asking a large language model is probably right.
But I feel like a first-hand somebody has done it would be a better. Yeah. It has to be somebody who's at least done it.
Yeah, because I don't think it would stick to the car, because that doesn't make any sense. Because then you're basically locked into another 15 grand or whatever to the car. But anyways, okay.
You'd want it as the person with the account. Like it should be with the.
Well, I mean, because like if you go from a Model 3 to a Model S, like you upgrade, you don't like you should be able to bring full self-drive with you.
I think
I would think. Anyways,
it's sort of
okay. So I think it sticks to your profile. So that's what Johnny's trading is talking about, but I don't know if that's true.
Map to Tesla ID. Someone just said.
Yep. Okay, so that's cool. So that makes sense. Then you're kind of like, actually, see, that's smart for Tesla to do that, because then you feel like you're locked in for life now. Because like, oh, I don't want to buy a Rivian because my Tesla full self-drive would expire.
Well, it's no different from like how you wrote people in the Apple ecosystem. Yep. You're not getting me, but you got my entire family except, not my family, like my wife and my daughter, but like my outside family, my brother, my mom, aunts, a couple aunts.
Yeah, but you can't really buy a lifetime subscription.
They're all about. No, you can't. That being said, it's still that whole model of trying to get you locked in. For Tesla this afternoon, bit of a channel up that might break, maybe. We'll see. I mean, it's been a bad day for Tesla today, down 2%. The market's, I was about to say the market's only down 1.5%, but I mean, that's pretty bad for the Nasdaq. And when it's over 1%, we shouldn't say only. But Tesla has been overall weaker. It might change if we can break this channel. I'm going to save this just in case we break away in either direction. You break down, I think that's a good short. If you break up, the problem with the break long, it's a little tight to the volume weighted average price. Not my cup of tea, and we've been trending down. Ideally, you would resolve this with a breakdown, in my opinion. I think it would just be a little bit better of a trading opportunity for Tesla. Still penalty box forming. Nothing's changed there. Lower high, lose the 50 period. We're still trending down overall on Tesla for sure. So I don't know. It might not end up. If we just kind of chill out in this range, I probably don't trade this one. But yeah, if it does break down under here, I'd probably go short.
I mean, with Tesla, Tesla's going to get to $500 again at some point this year. Like, I'm not smart enough to know exactly when that's going to happen, but I really like it. I think all this robotic talk, I think Sia even just talking about Waymo and all that, I think it's just, there's a lot of names in this space, but I'm certain that Elon Musk is going to figure this out, honestly. So I do have faith that the robo-taxis and robotic and full self-drive, all of that will be a boon to Tesla shareholders. I'm in the stock, so obviously I think that, but I think it's a buy. And you know, you're gonna have to go through some rough times. I mean, we saw Apple straight downside. We've seen now Microsoft and Meta starting to get hit a little bit again as well. So all these names just go through their sort of ebbs and flows. And I think that with better sort of macro news, like the Nasdaq's down 1.5% today, and we still have China worries. I mean, let's be honest, right? So I think that there's something brewing here with Tesla, and China could hold a big part of that. So let's just wait to see what robotaxi adoption is like, and maybe if you're nervous about it, then don't average in anymore. Like if you've already owned the shares, you own the shares. I don't know if that makes any sense, but that's kind of where I would be as far as that is concerned. So yeah, that's it for me on Tesla, and I think it's time for stock number 3, which maybe at some point we got to talk about crypto.
Or hi-ho.
Maybe.
We're going to talk about silver in a second. I just want to let you know, guys, currently over $800 million in crypto shorts have been liquidated on the day as a result of Bitcoin working its way back into that technical level, 100,000. Not sure where it's at right now, but 800 million so far. We'll give you the final tally tomorrow. So silver, look, this is the gap up. Assassino, if I can show this. This is the chart. This is the weekend. This is Friday. Andre, if I can, please. This is the Friday closing print at around 72. When all was said and done, Friday or Monday morning, we were trading at 76.5 as a result of the Department of Justice filing a criminal investigation to Jerome Powell. There's also Iran. There's a whole bunch of stuff happening in the world right now, Sia.
Also, another thing I would like to mention is that in the pre-market trade, the U.S. listed shares of Hecla Mining, I know I mention Hecla a lot when I'm talking about silver stock specifically, but which owns what was the name? Greens Creek Mine in Alaska. Okay. It's one of the biggest silver mines in the world, jumped 4.2%, big number.
There you go. All right, guys, silver almost just printing days highs, SLV at 84.28, up 6 3/4.
Thing is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. But it was a tricky one because I was transacting off the 83, like right in here. Like you initially broke down 83, so I'm like, oh, we break back through, let's try the long. It didn't, it broke a trend down underneath. I tried short, and then it couldn't hold VWAP. But really, you just had to wait for it to do something insane and then maybe react to it, which I guess was this bottom here on the 15-minute. By that point, I'm like, whatever, man. I can't make heads or tails of silver today, so I'm just going to stop. You know, again, thankfully AMD during lunchtime paid for it, but otherwise, it was just getting involved at the wrong prices. At VWAP didn't make any sense today. It just was not going to be a VWAP trade. It ended up being allow it to try to press lower, press somewhere into the prior high, and then go. And then when it relieves that pressure, then it can pop. I feel like maybe that's what silver is all about. Like either you get it really coiling up for a consolidation and then jam short, like you could have done that here, and wait for that reversion, or you wait for it to do something really, really distinct. And here probably wouldn't have worked yesterday, but today, gangbusters. So I think looking for big reversions is probably the better way to play this. The other side note about silver, you're getting more out of this overnight than you are intraday. So for anyone that's swinging silver, and I know it's dangerous because at any point it could correct on you, but a lot of times, like, you're getting the best benefit for some, like, look at the gaps, especially some of these gaps to the upside. Like, you're just getting more with the gap up than you're capturing a lot of times, like, intraday. And even a day like yesterday, like, it was a great breakout trade. It comes all the way back in, and anyone buying the close, it's like buying the close and holding it overnight was just as good as having a perfect trade the day before. So maybe some kind of a blend is the way to go for those of you that can, swing trade. I hate to say mixing day trading and swing trading, but it just feels like if you bought this one here, like a reload with the same stop, and then you could have held overnight and gotten an even bigger trade on SLV. But make sure you have a stop. You can always gap in the other direction.
Yeah, so I was just going to say, like, gold, silver, all the precious metals seem to be doing something. Yeah, sure. Some mic's having some issues here. Hopefully that's better. I don't know whose it is, but Andre told me. So, yeah, okay, thank you, Andre. I was going to say, like, gold is just another one of those names that continues to break out, and you get all-time highs again here today for gold. So I know we always talk about silver because it is sort of the, shiny piece of metal right now. But gold also shines pretty bright, and it's been doing that. So I would just say, like, if you miss silver one day, don't forget to look at gold. I mean, I finally got in about midway through last year, and it's been great. And I think the Supercycle for commodities that we've had many traders on, many articles read. We posted about this for a long time. The breakout on gold and silver is real, and it's continuously happening. So as we get less and less confidence in the Fed and in sort of the powers that they potentially have, and their Fed independence is the word I'm looking for, stocks like gold and silver will continue to operate properly, as we all learned in economics class. So gold, silver, and especially in a kind of a flat rate environment, there's no incentive right now. If they were lowering rates, I could see people maybe pushing more money into equities and things like that. But with a rate environment that looks to be pretty stable this year, I think gold and silver can continue to win. So back over to the desk. It's stock number 4 now, Sharif. Let's go.
Yes, absolutely, Sean. But I want to let you know, Chevron getting a bit of a bump here. They are expected to receive an expanded Venezuela license from the U.S. Department this week, according to the oil industry sources. Just took a look there. Price spike up, not a huge move, but decent one nonetheless. So AMD is next on the list here, and this one was upgraded along with Intel yesterday by KeyBank Capital, saying that they are sold out all of their server CPUs for full year 2026. Sia, but they got another headline today.
Oh, they absolutely did. So AMD has teamed up with the Indian giant commonly known as TCS, Tata Consultancy Services. And the aim is to basically help these businesses move their artificial intelligence projects from a pilot mode to a full-blown large-scale production. I think this is a seriously good move. Two big companies coming together to basically, and AMD is known for their high-performance computing. Sure. TCS has expertise in modernizing IT systems, so both coming together, I think it's a great move.
Everybody wants to get into the Indian market, boys. AMD already there with Tata. What's the look?
Right now, we are going to talk to you about OGen real quick. When the seconds count, you don't have time to wait for just treating symptoms. You need to be involved. NYSE-listed orogenic symbol OGen is rewriting the rules of neurological care. They are looking to develop the first FDA-approved treatment for concussion, so whether or not sports related, car accidents, anything at all, take care of yourself. Take a look at OGen. Get involved today. Scan the QR code on your screen soon, or the link in description. I want to thank OGen for their continued help or sponsorship of the show. So we were talking about chips. Is that what it was? I know I see you have AMD up. So I know they were talking
choke on water.
Yeah, talking a little bit about AMD there. I chose Intel. Now Intel will be positive for me today. It was 2 or 3 days in a row, just an absolute killer trade for me. But the problem is we got stopped out right there and we got stopped out right there. So we were actually pretty flat on Intel after it's all said and done, but we were able to, again, catch tops a couple times, which put the name back in the pocket, and we're able to make a little bit of money on it. So Intel today, pretty exciting the way it's been moving. It has gone from $36 back on December 31st, so beginning of the year, all the way up to $50. Nothing can stop it. It's all the way up. Just going, 48, 49 bucks. I think this is a short at 50. It's what I wrote down today, but it didn't get there, so we did 49 instead. And I think I'll try it again. So if we can come upside here on this name, I think it's primed for me to try one more time on the short of Intel. So yeah, I just don't really think it deserves this kind of a bump up there with limited news. I mean, I know there is news about it, but this much, I don't know. So I don't think Donald Trump, I don't know what the plan is for those holdings. It's almost like the minute that they sell, I think
government rings the register.
That's when I think it's time to pull the chute. I did offer out about a quarter of my Intel. We talked about that. Got out of that yesterday. So today, the fact that it's up another 3%, okay, no stopping this one. It's all the way up.
Well, this is where it is in the weekly. Actually, oh, that's January. I didn't realize that's January of 2024 on the weekly. The last time we were at that $50 level. So it was literally 2 years ago when it made this top. And look at all that buying at 20 and all that accumulation. This is an obvious spot where there's going to be resistance, or in theory there's going to be resistance on Intel. But as far as AMD goes, look, I know, so obviously this was a rocket ship today. It is what it is. But once it got to the 50 period up here in front of the 225, I was really just thinking that's a resistance spot. If you're looking long on AMD, congratulations. Like, I just can't get over how when we broke out VWAP on AMD, the reaction on AMD was that rocket ship. The reaction on Nvidia was just to continue to hold the line. Well, it's a completely, like, just a complete divergence between the two. But right now, I'm sort of tracking this wedge of sorts, where you get the lower highs, higher lows, forming a bit of a wedge. It looks like you have a breakout imminent. I'm a little biased up here, thinking that we're at a pullback level in front of 225, but this could easily resolve for a breakout trade if you're keen on that. A little far from the volume weighted average price. I mean, whereas if it breaks down, you're breaking through VWAP, and I'd look to take another trade. I just feel like, much like Intel at 50, this seems like we're at an inflection point on this bounce. 3 times we've bounced 220. Each time we failed around here on AMD. So until you get a close above 225, up at these prices, I'll just be bearish. That's all. And before we go back, I think we have one more name to get to. SLV broke trend. I missed the trend break, but then it bounced back up. So I'm going to be short it. Just going to give it to just a little bit. It's right around this prior bar. It's like 84.15 or so on SLV. One more, I believe, to go, Sharif? Yes, sir. Yes.
Critical metals, guys, CRML. We were looking at this on the midday. It is up very nicely, 33.5% on this rare earth drilling results out of Greenland here.
So the drilling results have also confirmed consistent rare earth grades and highlight the presence of many of these strategic metals like gallium, hafnium, and cerium, and many more. Some of these names I don't even know about, but precious metals.
You and I both.
Very cool.
All right, guys, Greenland in focus here for a different, well, one of the reasons. Anyway, guys, up 33% CRML.
You know, this was a tricky one because at the open, it wasn't doing anything different. Like, it was at the same prices that it was the day before. And then if you look at the open, I mean, the volume very similar going into, like, this is 9:30 in here. And so yesterday at about 10 o'clock, you can see the volume tapered off. I'm just looking for a reason that you could get into this early. At 10 o'clock, when volume dropped off, here it picks up in a big way. And now you know it's doing more volume and it's in play. Because I think that was your chance to maybe take the dip, recognizing it's something different at that point, and then volume explodes again, which it was unable to do for most of the day. And then it was just off to the races after that. So congratulations to everyone that was mentioning critical metals. I didn't think it had this in it at all. Not today. If anything, I really did feel this was still pulling back a little bit for a better dip buy, somewhere closer to like $11, and that just hasn't happened. Now it's a pure squeeze because you're above that little, I guess we'll call it the pullback high, into 17. So as long as it closes above 17, the shorts are, well, I mean, they're screwed. As long as it closes above 17, given how decent this would have looked. Short sell firms that lean into this on the way up, they don't just sit there when it goes down for a day or two and take money out. The hedge funds that do that kind of a thing, they're shorting it and adding to it when it starts to work for them. So this kind of a day is like the worst case scenario for short sellers if it closes above that 17, because that means you've been adding and now it's breaking out your little resistance spot. So some of them might start to get triggered if this gets to 20. Not to bet against anybody, but I always rather stocks go up than down.
Yeah, of course. I think more people are generally long than short.
I'd hope so.
If you're an option player, maybe it doesn't matter to you. I was looking at this Lithium America here. I think if I could, and again, we've already done our picks and everything like that, but just to get a name in the space, like I know CRML is running obviously today a lot, but this just broke out right now as well. So, I mean, taking this level out of 550 and then upside for Lithium America, this is another possible, play. We've seen MP already kind of make its move, and I think that's, okay, well, it's a little bit upside now, but that has pulled back over time, and even there, like, just to know a little bit more about it, LAC looks like more of a breakout. This might be structured a little bit better because you've bounced off the 200 period moving average and really, really loved this ever since, again, there's I think that must be the U.S. involvement right there, or maybe it was down into here, it spiked that and then that again. But, this one already does have the pedigree to moon. So, like, this is already mooned once. It can do it easily again, So MP, LA, I mean, LAC, they all look the same at the end of the day. I mean, pick your poison and do a little bit of research to figure out which one is that one. But, this is also potential to double. So both of these names have very, very similar charts. This just looks a little smoother on a break. So I actually do not mind LAC at all. Right now, but hit the like, hit the subscribe. I am bidding a little bit more to get out here. Do not go to Adara. Okay, we'll go in a couple minutes maybe. 53. I'm bidding right here. I don't know why I didn't get hit there. I'm bidding 53.02. So it basically came right in and bounced off of us again. So I'm gonna bid slightly ahead of 53. If we can get down into here, even better. But right now the future is kind of taking a little bit of a sleepy moment. We can look at some of the banks. JP Morgan, flattish today. It's had its moments where it was down a couple points, had its moments where it was flat, but it's BAC and Wells Fargo. It's their reportings day today. BAC down 4%, Wells Fargo down 5%, I believe at last check 5%. So yeah, not great action over here in the financials, Miss Adara.
Sitting here, CRML and Greenland, and with that in mind, I do actually have another Greenland adjacent stock to potentially mention here. PELI, now this is Pelican Acquisition Corporation. They're looking to do a merger via Special Purpose Acquisition Corp or SPAC with a company called Greenland Exploration. Now I'm just basically seeing, it's pure speculation here on X, but the idea that, again, once Pelican merges with Greenland Exploration, that could be an interesting Greenland play. And apparently their post-merger ticker will be GLND, which this person on X believes makes it an even better Greenland type play because the ticker is literally a play on Greenland. So interesting look there. Keep an eye here in PELI. I also know that you guys know, I just want to thank you all for 550,000 subscribers. And in honor of this milestone, I made a weird little infographic here of the top 55 performers in the S&P 500 as of the close yesterday. So it was obviously way too many tickers to do as one visual. So we have like 4 little graphs. You can check this out on X at TTV Research. It's just been posted. Thank you again for 550K, guys. Back to you.
I wanted to read that, but it was being blocked. Yeah, I'm just curious. Well, I know one of the names on that. I already saw SNDK on that list. The most ridiculous stock of, well, it's not that ridiculous. It's only ridiculous if you didn't believe it was going to do this, right? So like, this is not ridiculous to all the people that are like, this data thing is going to continue to explode. And those of us that were waiting for the other side of the trade or the other shoe to drop, well, the other shoe hasn't dropped. It's still hanging up there on the telephone wire. I suppose that's only a thing a long time ago. Kids probably have no idea what we're talking about with the shoes on the telephone wire. It's not a thing anymore.
I don't think so.
I don't think. No, but this is getting absolutely insane.
My kids would be like, what the hell are those shoes doing up there?
New Era Capital, how do you feel about the new price target upgrade for SNDK? Look, I'm just happy that I have not tried to short this yet. For all like the yapping, I haven't done it once. I've paid for locates at least 5 times since the beginning of the year, at least. So probably almost half the days. But there has not been a day. There was one day there was a big down move, and I'm like, you got to be kidding me. The one day there was a good short, and I didn't take it. But every other day, you just don't want to be touching this with a 10-foot pole. But this 400 level, it's really starting to base out. So you had 3 days in a row on SNDK where we have essentially, effectively failed $400. So it's got a little bit of this consolidation at 350 kind of feel to it, where you might get one of those dump days and just a heavy, heavy correction. When you go up like this, you know what can happen on the other side, everybody. It can get pretty nasty on SNDK. And then, of course, we've talked about this with regards to Micron. I know they report later on in the cycle. That's just, they always end up at the end of earnings season. But everyone's expecting a fourfold increase in EPS here for these guys. Well, if there's even a slight miss here, they're in trouble. I'm not saying they're going to miss, but this is one of those stocks. Like if I was long this, I am not. If I was long going into earnings, there's no chance I wouldn't take some profit. Just too much risk for you there. Let's go to Sia at the desk for happening now, and we'll come back, see if the futures actually decide to move any.
Thank you so much. So a couple numbers for today. The NBA 30-year mortgage rate came out at 7 a.m. today. Current number stands at 6.18%. No significant jumps from last time. The month-over-month PPI for October and November came out at 8:30 a.m. today, with October 0.4 less than its previous number and November 0.1 more than its previous one. EIA crude oil stocks change at 10:30 came out today, have risen by 3.4 million barrels, and EIA gasoline stocks changed at 10:30 as well, have jumped by 8.977 million barrels. That's a big number. Let's quickly talk about some headlines. Google has launched the personal intelligence feature in its Gemini app. The company said that its personal intelligence tool will be included in the beta version of its Gemini app, will be followed by an AI mode later this year. The feature will basically connect Google apps to provide a more personalized answer to questions, just like some will say ChatGPT. The head of the Gemini app, Josh Woodward, has asked users to provide feedback on any of mistakes found in the app. And Google currently, I'm so sorry about this, Google currently is down 0.3%. Let's move on to Tesla. Elon Musk has said that Tesla is going to, like Sharif mentioned earlier in the show, move self-driving to a monthly subscription instead of providing it at a flat rate. The company is doing so on Valentine's Day of all days, on February 14th, which will be the last day that FSD will be available at a flat rate, after which it'll move to monthly subscriptions. Tesla's share fell by 2% earlier today and are currently down 2.4%. We're also going to quickly look at Citigroup. C has topped estimates on stronger net interest income. The company's fourth quarter, it benefited from more income set aside, less money for troubled loans that analysts had expected. The company's net income has fallen, however, 13% from the year earlier period due to a $1.1 billion after-tax loss, which was linked to its plan of letting go of its operations in Russia. Currently, C's stock is down 3.8%, and that's all. Back to the guys.
Thank you very much there, Sia, for the update. Well, we just got back into VWAP on. I mean, here's an idea. Like, this is an Nasdaq, which is just holding the lower highs. I have a line on my Nasdaq chart that I should really examine why I've got it there. It's not really doing anything, so I'm going to get rid of it. I just don't like, what'll happen is I'll have like a support or resistance from like weeks ago and it's meaningless now and I don't get rid of it if it has no value. But we're just holding a very slight range. We just had a nice little reversal candle, so hopefully we can actually make a move back into the low. I'm gonna keep rinsing and repeating Nvidia as long as that happens here. But let us know what else you guys are watching this afternoon. Like my Halt scanner is one stock about a bajillion times that is, I don't even know what the heck is going on with this thing. It's very not tradable. It's about as not tradable as possible because it's halted 10 times and there's 26,000 shares in volume. So you couldn't have even really made, like nobody could have been trading this because there's zero liquidity. It'd be blocked for us here because there's too tiny volume. So there's not much going on. I see some Dow, SATS. That was one. SATS. If it will load, I promise it'll get there. Super strong day today. Look at that nice linear progression to the upside. And this is another monster breakout. I know yesterday this was one that was certainly a topic, or at least the last couple of days, but just another breaker. Consolidate, break. That's just what it does. Joey Dude saying, what scanner do I use? I'll show you. To look for so I have a Halt scanner. This is built into P Pro. You can go to like Nasdaq Trader and they have trade halts, current trade halts, and that's free. Anybody can go to their website. But here at Real Trading, like in P8, I do have this halt scanner, which will show me like what's moving. That's a test stock, ZVZZT. Used to always be funny when people would prank trainees with fake positions in that stock because they're not real. They're not. You can trade it, but they're not real. So like your broker will just ignore it all, but your P&L will look real. A WHP, look at all those halts. THH, that's not really trading. So in terms of small cappers that are moving enough that they would halt, there just is nothing going on. So outside of Nvidia, just have that silver reversion. There was a trend break, and then we're still sitting in it. I got a bid in front of that prior high, and then I'll look for VWAP, as I think we're going right back to Thea.
We'll talk to me here for a second here. Just want to tell you guys about Chevron. We know Chevron is currently in the running for this Lukoil sale or certain Lukoil assets. I'm seeing reports suggesting that the U.S. has authorized certain transactions for that Lukoil sale, though I'm not sure, again, who necessarily is going to be implicated. But again, Chevron is reportedly in the running. So once again, U.S. reportedly authorizing certain transactions for that Lukoil sale. We'll go back to the guys.
Ook. I shorted more TQs there. I mean, as Neil was talking, and well, it was a couple minutes ago, anyways, 10 minutes ago, into there, back into the 50 period. So we'll take about another dime piece there and see if we can get a little bit lower for me on that one. Yeah, Chevron's. I mean, you have Chevron chart up right now, up 3.5%. Right now, looking like it wants to, here, I'll call it up since you're over here. Yeah, it looks like a nice little beast. And I'm going to be wrong on this one, man. I can't predict this Luke Oil news here, but I didn't think Chevron would get back to where we were on that first day when we had Venezuela. That was last Monday. And yeah, it has, man. It has made that one an incorrect call. What a great call that was to buy the dip, but yeah, nice move right now. Looks like Chevron wants to break out again. So yeah, I was just talking with Obi there, and it was like, regardless of what the news is, man, I mean, you have to, respect and appreciate momentum in some of these stocks as they continue to move around. And I think that this is another example right here of a name that's flying around and nowhere to go but up, I think, for Chevron at this point, as oil moving around. And I like the stock up at 3.5% today. And then the name that I sort of, look, whatever, man. We had talked about Valero. We'd sort of patted ourselves on the back a little bit about that stock. It's the same kind of a way, where it had that huge move up, kind of pulled back in, and now is talking about taking out some of these highs again. So, Valero's had such a great run, and this was, just back there. If you go to the tariff bottoms of $100, you're now at 200. So you've almost got a double here. That's not common for this stock. 4.5%, something like that. I'm not sure what the yield is right now, but that's what I'm trying to get at. So there's also a dividend associated with all of these oil names. So not only you get the capital appreciation, but you also get some portfolio assurances with the dividend. So lots of stuff happening right here in the market. And it looks like the futures right now, as we're getting close to getting stopped out, I'm not going to average in to these TQs again. And right into there, a good spot, I think, to look at for the market trying to break out, and then we can wait to short again until VWAP. But it looks like we could be on the come up right here as we take out afternoon highs right now on the Nasdaq.
Yeah, we're right back into the tops. What it does mean, all right, we're getting into VWAP again. Oh, don't sneeze. We're getting into VWAP again. If we press into VWAP and get a topping tail, I'll reload. If we don't, then I'm not going to try it. It does feel like we're a little bit different. If we end up breaking this out, I was basically saying, if the VIX loses this support that it's been on, that's not going to be good for the load into the reload into the shorts. But we are still kind of holding the line in both ends. Like the market is chop inside a range, the VIX is chop inside a range. It was asked in the chat, like, what's going to get us out of this chop? It seems like we'll have movement, but there's no follow through, which I think is fair to say. Like, there's no afternoon follow through with any moves. That's a good thing when we have a down day, obviously, but maybe earnings will be the change for that. That would make sense to me. Like, we get into the non-bank earnings, get some tech names, and you might see a little bit more movement and follow through. Especially if we get if you have any bad earnings from some of the big cap tech names, I do think that could be a bit of a deal. Obviously, rates. Maybe had we gotten an actual decision out of the Supreme Court, there might have been follow through today. Instead of like that same sideways. So in the afternoon, I don't want to force anything at this point. Like when we go from, like, look at the vol, even just the back and forth in the UVXY and what you're able to capture in the morning relative to now, you just don't want to get chopped up unfortunately. So if it's if a big move gets made, fair enough. But like when I zoom in, like you can see in here, like it's just a complete chop fest. So if I see something like a big move where I can play a trend break, yeah, great, because I think there's an actual opportunity for silver to revert. But if it ain't moving, I don't want to touch it. The VIX is up today. Oh, but we're doing this. I'm going to move over my Windows desktop. I'm just going to go to Trading View so you can see the actual VIX. To give you an idea of, wow, Bitcoin today. Oh, seriously, there we go.
Yeah, it's Bitcoin's
Just to give you an idea of like where the VIX is at. Like, yeah, the VIX is up 8% today. I'm not saying, like, you look at it now because we're starting to creep up, right? So it becomes a more important indicator as we start to go. But it's not even in danger territory yet. We're still under 20. Until you get above like 25, that's when you start thinking about it reverting. And we get like deeper pullbacks in the market, like that kind of a thing. It's still very much in the early stages of any kind of real shift. Here in volatility. You got to keep things into perspective sometimes. We don't always do a good enough job of going over the higher time frame, and now I want to go back to Bitcoin because I like to look at Bitcoin on Trading View on the 15. Look at that break, 97 we're at now.
Crazy.
Bitcoin wants 100.
Great
Until
pick
we get
by,
that 100 test, man. That 100 test is going to be key. Did anybody pick, no one picked anything adjacent to Bitcoin or crypto. It was just Fabian with
He picked BTC.
With BTC. No one had anything close. There's no coin.
Iran is kind of crypto adjacent on Brendo's part, that they've obviously moved very far away from that at this point.
Yeah, that's right. Like Iran, I guess, like they're a crypto company, but I think that aren't they moving to energy infrastructure, AI infrastructure?
For example, Iran's down 1% today.
Yeah, but because they're not. I thought it was AI infrastructure was the shift they were making.
Hut 8. But yeah.
Eric Jackson, baby.
Yeah, Eric Jackson.
How's he doing?
So I don't know, I haven't looked at Hut 8 in a minute. But here goes CRML. So I think, what about breaking 19 right now? I mean, what is going to stop this name? We just go from 18 to 19 in pretty much a straight line. This is a 1 minute chart. So I just think you want to play pullbacks into 18 bucks. But I just don't know if they're going to happen. This kind of a stock is not really my cup of tea at this time of day. But I could see, like whenever I see things like this, and again, Obi's over here, but I would always like to play the other way on this, like to try to revert this back down in. But it hasn't worked out too much as a strategy on this stock so far today to do that. So CRML, yeah, there's the day break right there, the break of the day at 1850. It looks like a good one here. CRML continuing to hum here. All right, another update. Let's go over to Sia.
Just a real quick small cap update for you all today. The Russell's up 0.3 right now after trading a little lower earlier today. But let's move on to a couple individual tickers. BE is down 5%. AVAV, AeroVironment, is up almost 5%. Scaling production and innovation are driving growth in drones and space tech. Also, uranium. I really want to talk about this because it's up 13.4% today, which is a big number. And also concluding with PRAX. I know I talk about this ticker quite a lot, but Prax in health tech also up almost 8% today. Nothing major to report at Prax. Back to the guys.
Like I bought MP.
Thank
you very much. See, I was just griping. Like last year at the end, like near the end of the year, I was buying MP, and then we were doing our stock picks. I'm like, I pick CRISPR, right? I'm fine with CRISPR. It's just that, like, CRISPR was the only stock every year. Like last year, everything I picked, I owned. Or I bought, and then this year was trending to the same thing, and then I pivoted to CRISPR, which I like, and I actually nibbled at it today to get into position. Whatever, I'm where the mouth is. But I actually liked MP to the point that I was buying it last year, and probably should be in this one. It is what it is. It's making a move. Like CRML is moving a lot. You know what? That's a Freudian slip. I'm going to quickly pivot. We went all day yesterday without mentioning Salesforce once. So I'm going to call that a Freudian slip. Salesforce is down another % today. Like, we didn't say a word, and I get it. Maybe no one cares about Salesforce anymore.
No,
that's fair. It's been so trash for so long, or trash. It's been so bad for so long compared to the overall market. Like when we were having this bull market for tech and the AI boom, these guys have been getting trounced, and it just lost a bit again. I feel like if you liked 225, 230, you're about to get it again. CRM stinks to all you know what. And I feel like it's like, has it not been beaten up enough? There's got to be a value in here at some point. The market's telling you they're not it for AI, unfortunately. I don't know what it is with this stock, but the bounce level is incoming. It's bounced 3 times very cleanly, about 225 to 230. So that's the spot. I feel like maybe taking a shot at that when it gets down there. Probably more of like a short-term swing trade or day trade, because that is a falling knife in every sense of the word.
I was going to look at CRML again, but I just wanted to say, like, there's the break. We finally got a break of the 50-period moving average on the futures, so we'll take. Oh, my back. I mean, it's the same as the futures. That's why I keep calling it. I understand it's TQQs, but we do get a little bit of a bid there. We're just sort of like literally doing this right now. It's a great day. We're just sort of stacking up and making sure that we have the right calls at the right time. And right now, any kind of a bid like that, man, we're just going to keep cashing them out. And my next bid is here at 92. Hopefully we can get that, but if not, our stop out is a break. I think I put 30s in there. Yeah, break of 30. So we've taken enough out now that I'm just going to let it go a little bit. We still have about half of these positions still on board. So it is possible that we give back a little bit of what we made right here if it does break higher. All right, although we're trying to take like 10, 15, 20 cents, and we're just trying to lose 20 cents, so, or less than 20 cents. So it should be a good trade. Let's just see if it pans out. I'm on the bid again at 01 again. Why not? Take another 16 cents on this play. Okay, that was just an update. I can't remember what it was I want to talk about. I was looking at the chat there. You went off sort of topic there and took CRM, which was a great one. I think we talked about that yesterday, and it was the development of a similar product. I think it was by Anthropic or something that really sent CRM. I know what it is, to the downside. What did I want to go at for quickly right here was just.
What just happened?
I don't know. I just got the futures bid there. Did something tank?
I just got what?
I just got a move there. Well, what stock moved?
I know. I was just sitting on the bid of Nvidia and got picked up. I was literally about to reload at VWAP just there, and the next thing I know, I was out of it at this local bottom.
This is looking like my chart over there. I thought we had the wrong chart there. That's good, man.
I don't usually do that, but
nice.
stocks like Nvidia don't usually ride VWAP like that. But I haven't heard a thing. I should probably restart. I haven't heard.
No, I mean, I'm in it, and
I haven't heard anything.
I'm looking to see if anything's happening here, but it is worth noting a lot of the AI-related stocks are dropping. Like Oracle and Broadcom just dropped a bit there as well.
Okay. Yeah, we'll keep our ear to the ground there.
That was nothing. I mean, I just got filled on the bid, like we said. You got filled on Nvidia bid, so. Well, okay, just before we go, if we hear anything, I mean, the best part is we are now in the power hour. We did have Adara on yesterday breaking that Warner Brothers news, which was fantastic. That turned out to be like the second best stock for me yesterday. So stay tuned, man. Hopefully we get something going right there. All right, I just wanted to go over this quickly because on a day where Bitcoin is up 3%, let's just see what else is moving here, right? Ethereum's up 4.5%, so that's real nice. I haven't looked at this yet, so I actually thought that 1.9%, like I thought Solana would be up more than everything else. So I have not looked. I expect the same thing when I look at Ripple, and it's not doing anything. So Ripple's only up 0.9, Solana, XRP, Solana, WAP 1.9, XRP up 0.9, Dogecoin up 2, so that's nice. Bye-bye futures, we're getting that right now. Monero, the undercover there, but I guess let's go to Adara, because I think she has the news, but we just got a huge bid right there. Executive action on critical minerals, we just heard.
No, I think.
What's up, Adara?
The news, but I have some kind of news here. U.S. President Donald Trump is 1 hour late starting his signing ceremony. This is supposed to start at 2 p.m. It's just starting now at 3 p.m. Unclear as of yet what it's about, but I am seeing this Agriculture Secretary Brooke Rollins present, so it could be agriculture related. If I get any details specifically if it's market related, I'll let you know. And they just zoomed in on a jug of milk, so I'm guessing it's milk related. Either way here, if there's anything market related happening with U.S. President Donald Trump, I will certainly keep you all posted. Back to you.
A few things. OpenAI forges a multi-billion-dollar computing partnership with Cerberus, the executive order on critical metals. He also was saying, I mean, the president's making a bunch of comments, but the only thing tech-related was the OpenAI thing. But look, it was a bunch of stocks that just went to the downside. Like I was in, by the way, prior bar out. Like usually this is more my style of trade. Like it does a trend break and it's like a binary trade. I just kind of hit it once. But like Nvidia was just, I guess it was different. I might get reloaded if it's still probably not going to bounce. It might reload into VWAP, but AMD also could be losing the volume weighted average price here. So if this continues under VWAP, I think this would be a breakdown on this as well. But AMD's been so strong today. This is maybe not the one to try the short. And look at it already. Wow. Okay, look at the bounce. Even as I was saying, maybe this is not the one to short.
Yeah.
And it pops $1 right in front of me.
There's some crazy news going on. The futures are going nuts right now, like absolutely insane. We just got an awesome fill. We're really on one right now, guys. This has been a great trade. Nvidia and Advanced Micro Devices. There's some sort of. Are we going to Adara? Okay, there's a huge story happening. Let's go.
I mean, I'll tell you guys what I have currently in front of me. Sorry, things are still populating, but I will mention here, apparently USAID saying that Trump has signed a executive action on critical minerals. If I hear anything more about said action, I'll let you know. Here's TMC. You could also watch here CRML. Also, Trump saying that they're going to be talking about Iran news. I'm waiting here for this news from Nvidia and AMD, but I will mention again, as Neil said here, Wall Street Journal reporting that we have OpenAI with a $10 billion compute deal. I have the news for Nvidia. Trump apparently just saying that he signed an action that will allow them to take 25% on chip sales in China. Again, this is news we already were aware of, but that seems to be the only headline I have right now. It is a little bit hard to hear him, the stream I'm watching, so hopefully we'll get better audio. And either way here, NVDA, again, Trump announcing they've signed an action that will allow us to take 25% on sale of chips to China. Stuff we already knew. Back to you.
How are we moving like that on old news? That is so ridiculous. Whatever.
I don't know, but
yeah, whatever. It works. It works.
Yeah, we got reloaded there. I don't. You know, we were sitting up there, and yeah, it was 6 cents worth of risk. Boom. So just before that market came, that story came to the market, we got 81s right there. So remember, like our risk is 14 cents, you know, and we just cracked out 50 cents there. So let's go, man. We're hearing something in our ear about Iran as well. So there's going to be stories coming, and it's a good thing that we have
the
there.
President in Power Hour is what's happening here. The one thing that I don't like for reloading up here, I've shorted this price all day long on Nvidia, but here's what's happening in UVXY. Remember I said if we lose the bid, I don't know that I want to be shorting, as this is actually going in the other direction, because that can kind of bode for a push to the upside. So I'm going to stay away until we stabilize in UVXY. Once we do, then maybe go back to shorting VWAP here. This is old news. Why are we doing anything? Adara, again.
Yeah, I was just going to mention here, with regards to Iran, I did mention it while I was talking about the Nvidia AMD story briefly, but apparently Trump just said he's going to be teasing out some kind of an announcement about Iran at some point today. So that's really what it is with regards to Iran. He's also mentioning the state in Iran right now, but again, no real news, or it's nothing that we haven't already heard.
I'm going to guess oil probably made a pretty significant move. What's the current what do I have?
G.
Oh, I do have it. Haha. At some point. No, we don't look at oil very often, so most of the times I actually have the wrong contract up there. Yeah, that'll do it. Okay, yeah, down. We're actually now red on the session underneath 61. So big, massive move in oil. Well, that's how it works sometimes, unfortunately. So you always take your profit and trade with stops. Although there's not much you're doing here. Like,
I think this might be
when you get rinsed like this. Yeah, when oil futures decide to move, I'm kind of chuckling in my mind because, you know, some of the at least one of the worst days I've ever seen in the history of this floor was traders getting trapped in an oil futures move. It's just built differently when you get caught in one of those. It's not like when like the Nasdaq cracks on you. Like you're gonna get a reasonable out. Oil futures, you're not. Yeah, VIX still absolutely sliding down here, so the market is coming back. It's not feeling like it's a reshort yet. Maybe when if and when the Nasdaq gets to VWAP up here, if it rejects the volume weighted average price, and I see UVXY stabilize, ideally Nvidia would be in the same range between 182 and like 182.25 to try to short it. But until then, just going to back off a little bit here. Maybe see what's going on. Ooh, save man woman. That was exactly what I was thinking. I'm like, well, maybe you can find like a dip buy in one of these oil stocks. CVX just pulled right into VWAP and seems like it's holding. That could be something. Maybe a little bit of a hold 167, get a single bounce, maybe higher low or something, and then try a long here as a reversion play to be able to react. So the market starts moving. We were complaining about no action in the afternoon. Well, be careful what you wish for.
Yeah, I'm thinking about this breakout here on Nvidia, to be honest with you. We did get stopped out, obviously, on our, yeah, it's gone, but it's okay. It was still down 2% here on Nvidia. Obviously, that move down, we would have loved to be there, but it is trying to break right now through this level of 30s. So, yeah, I think Nvidia is worth a shot. Let's buy some here. I just put a bid at 29. There it is. So now we're long at 29 on Nvidia. It kind of makes sense a little bit to me here to see if that we've potentially got a deal with Trump and Nvidia and China, and he wouldn't have been signing something if he didn't think there was some sales potentially coming from Nvidia over there into China. So I think this should probably be a negative for Alibaba and a positive here for Nvidia. So let's just go long until basically. What about if we just break this spot right here, 181.70? I think that's worth it. We can get a little bit more in. I mean, here we go, man. This is another one. We're in this right now. So there goes Nvidia, man. Huge move right now. Let's go. Like, we just put this on. We just talked about it. I put this long. Like, this is the thing, man. Like, what I do is live. That's what we're doing. And this went against me. I put this in. You guys all saw it. So let's go. Let's see if we can get some action here now on Nvidia. Your boy's long. We ride the bull, man. Props it up. It's Nvidia time. It's long. And we're just going to, take a little bit of a shot here against that 182 flat or so. There it goes. Yes, sir. Nice move here for NVDA. So there it is, man. Nice move higher. We got Nvidia. It's long. We're 30 cents in the money. Let's go.
And AMD is also absolutely flying. I just went like 80 pennies to the upside. I'm going to like this one a little bit better. I just feel like it was stronger before, so hopefully it'll be stronger after as well. I just want to pick on that one. The other thing is what I was looking for on the UVXY. We haven't really stabilized. We've hit the bottom, but we haven't stabilized yet. I feel like if we break down through, if we break down through, that could be the spot. But if we're going to continue this downward press, it got right to a support level, which is timing-wise not necessarily the best one, and the Qs are right at that VWAP that we were talking about. So I'd rather go for a strong name long here to try and catch at least a move into that 224 as well. For us, Ferocities in the chat is asking why is Palantir running? Because the market's running. Palantir, just like everything else, was trend down with the market. And when we had that quick reversal, there's a reversal also in Palantir. Probably going to see a bunch of risk-on tech names in the same regard. They're all probably doing the same thing. I'm willing to bet you ARM is probably doing the same thing, maybe even like Google. So Nvidia is kind of pulling back. AMD is not pulling back into this 222.5. We want to catch it there. Commodity King, I'd look at RCAT right now, but we just all of a sudden got actual movement in the market. So yeah, RCAT's been a good one. If I get filled, I get filled. RCAT's been an absolutely great trade today if you're in the long. Volume has really died down, and it's kind of on the back end of it. It's not reacting with the bounce that you're seeing in the market. So yeah, I'll chalk it up to congratulations if you happen to be in this one and grab the long early. I think you got a good one earlier, but kind of doing a bit of a nothing burger, in my opinion. Oh, nice. I didn't know if we were going to have them, but we do have our regular Hump Day Wednesday afternoon guest. And this morning, we actually had a question about an OTC name. So without further ado, he is locked and loaded. He is ready to go. It is Jeff Mendel. Jeff, how's it going? OTC markets, our good friend, looking sharp in the white. I like it. How you been? Good to see you stop by.
All good, guys. Thank you. Sorry I didn't get on a little bit earlier, but had a couple of meetings, and listen, we're here. So what was this big question that you guys had?
No, it was about an individual name. Really, it wasn't anything too crazy, but it was just a stock that was moving. I was up like 30%, a penny stock over there on the OTC. But the other thing to consider is we were having a discussion about this with regards to silver and some of the metals names and how, and maybe not even just them, how some of the biggest moves, and silver in particular, it's been gaps up overnight, or the overnight trading where the biggest opportunities have actually lied. And so I was just curious to see how it's still going with OTC Moon. That's where you get a chance to trade those overnight markets. Are you still seeing fantastic volume? Have you noticed anything maybe in that space that stands out?
Yeah, actually, so SLV, right, which is a ETF that tracks silver, actually had a decent amount of activity in there last night, I think probably across the entire overnight marketplace, right? And so just another example of, being able to jump in from 8 p.m. to 4 a.m. into any ETF or single stock like that. The nice thing about it is, right, it's, for people who are pricing moves in this, something that's tracked to a commodity like silver, right? Perfect time to do it. I'm looking at some of the volume here. It was actually number 2 on the most active symbols last night on Moon.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
And when you look at it, look, you can sort it by trades here. You're going to see it number 2. Nvidia, not a surprise. I mean, is it probably nobody's surprised to see Nvidia at number 1, and then the Qs, MSTR, with everything that was going on with Bitcoin. And that's to keep in mind, like, these themes that are happening, you will see an opportunity for sometimes bigger trades in the overnight session. Not always. I mean, obviously, there's more volume going to be done in the regular session, but in terms of actual movement, you get these great opportunities out there. Look, I mean, I'm assuming you guys are still getting increasing volume? Here we're back into earnings season. I would suspect that would get a little bit of a bump here. And just for everyone out there, we can still track all the new symbols on the website, anything that you guys add. It's pretty much everything right now, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's really the best way to track, right? If you're on at nighttime, right, you'll see this updating throughout the night, checking out what is moving, what is active. Overall, yes, the volume increases has been sustaining. We're looking to bring in new participants as well too, right? And this is just, when I say we're looking, right, it's also just, I think, as a whole too, as more broker dealers get access, right? It's not like, the guys at TraderTV have been trading overnight forever, right? There had to be a point when you stopped, and there's still a lot of firms that aren't there yet as well too. And so it's education, it's connectivity, it's getting people, everything. It's not just you turn on your phone app or your trading system and you can send an order, and there's other things in the back end too where you need to get to get hooked up for things like trade reporting and clearing and everything like that, right? But as you can see, that's the end result right there is activity overnight. So you mentioned some of those names too, right? All names that are active during the daytime in most cases as well.
Yeah. And I see. No, we did our stock picks of the year the other day, and I feel like IREN just keeps. Brendan picked IREN, which is a name we don't really talk about too much, and then of course it ends up in the overnight markets, one of the biggest ones. And just a reminder to everyone out there. Just a bit of an aside. If you happen to come to the website, which I'm going to put in the chat, I usually drop it in the chat for anyone that wants to follow along. So I'll do that now. It is valuable to look at the actual trades, if you're looking for where the actual movement is going to be. Volume is good, but the actual number of trades is very indicative of the kind of liquidity if you're going to be trading, because we have to get used to this. We're old heads, myself and Sean, obviously, where we like to trade during regular market hours, but this market is changing. We know this is going to be true, and you have an opportunity here with Moon to be able to, get some practice and get accustomed to these overnight markets. And I think it's fantastic that you guys are seeing that increased volume, and congratulations there for sure, Jeff.
Thank you. Oh, there he is. What's up, Sean?
Good, man. How are you? What are
you chewing on something? Are you eating lunch?
Yeah, no, it's all good. No, I'm just waiting my turn to talk to you, but no, it's always a good thing. And plus, I don't know if you noticed, the market's still open and it's going kind of crazy over here right now, but you're going to have a lot of overnight trading again, I think, today, as some of this news just does not stop coming through. Just got news about Iran, we got news about oil here, again, so more and more happening. But the one play that I wanted to bring everyone's attention to, and we talk about it all the time, and it's Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, can only be found over on the OTC market. And this is something that I think, as Donald Trump sort of makes the rounds, through everything that he wants to talk about, housing has been a big part of the story. And I just think, honestly, Jeff, that Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac have been such amazing volume pieces when they get going. And I always want to remind traders, although I don't have any executions on this here today, but not doing much, breaking and lower. The executions are fine over here. OTC markets at the top of the level 1 right now, 38 by 40s. You're here right now. Liquidity is pretty solid. And I just always want to remind traders that this is the spot to go to. Fannie and its brother Freddie definitely can pick up 50 million, 100 million shares, right, Jeff? We've seen these guys do 100 million shares a day before when it starts to dance. So this is a great spot for traders to look at if the housing talk starts to heat up again.
Yeah, definitely. You know, just another name, right, that we talk about a lot here.
Yeah.
Coming up in the news a lot as well too. You know, it's one thing where it's like, you know, it's at some point last year was trading, you know,
huge.
all around
Huge
below
volumes.
10. Now it's over it again too. You know, I don't see how much it was.
This was like $1.50. This was $1.50 when Trump was appointed, right? So right now you're up to $10. It's not, $10 today, $9.50 on Fannie and Freddie. And then also, just so people are aware, there's a lot of sort of, not misunderstanding. I mean, your website does great for education, but what do we need to know about when we see these little symbols beside here? You know, we talked about sort of the registration, the QX and whatnot for Roche, and there's SoftBank here as well. That's an easy way for many traders to get involved with what's happening in SoftBank. Luckin Coffee, we've talked about Rolls-Royce, but what are the different symbols, classifications here over on your side, and should we feel safe trading many of these names?
So it really has to do with, you know, for QX and QB and ID, it has to do with our engagement with the actual issuer directly.
Okay.
Right. So if you see that on there, right, they've met certain criteria, thresholds for us to put that up there. We're engaged with the firm as well too, right? And then, you know, it goes down. QX is our premier marketplace. QB is our ventures marketplace. ID is saying that, you know, we have data on the company. We have
right here. Yep.
Have financials, right? And then also going down to Pink Limited as well too. It means that, you know, the data might not be as readily available out there on our website, right? But a firm like Tencent, TCEHY, it's one of the most actively traded names. It's listed on the Hong Kong exchange as well too. So it's, you know, it's going through requirements to be listed there. And this is the ADR version of that, right? TCEHY. It is always, you know, it's always near the top of the most active names out there, right? TCEHY, of like, you know, BYDDY as well too. But then also, let's talk a little bit about Canada as well too.
Sure.
When I first jumped on, Neil was talking about silver jumping around and everything too as well. So, you know, if you know, you can go to our website, you can look for symbols, but, you know, if there's a name that's listed on the Toronto Stock Exchange, on the Canadian Securities Exchange, right, there's a good chance that there's also a US dollar denominated version of that down here as well too.
Right.
And so if you don't have access to Canada directly, or just in your brokerage account as well too, if you're looking for exposure to Canada, you can pull up some of those names. So you go in there, type in the issuer name, right? You'll see a 5-letter symbol ending in F. And so, you know, Canada, right? It's always, you know, a place where mining and everything like that as well too, right? When you know, the stuff is moving around, gold, silver, everything like that, Canada is typically having a good volume day up there as well too. And so, you know, it's also brokerage account is US based, so good chance that you can jump in one of these things.
And there's also some weed plays.
Like, what do we have in the Canadian markets? We've got.
It was like silver.
Got energy, we've got minerals. We got weed, and we got Shopify.
I was like,
pretty much sums up the Canadian stock market.
Yeah. And we have some good food spots that we go to with Jeff when he visits. You know, some great culinary experiences.
Italian spot was good. Thank you.
Over here. Okay, Jeff, we're gonna wrap it up. I mean, the market is blasting around there, but I also did notice when I hovered, because this is, you know, I got to get better at this. When I hovered over top of those names, it did explain the QX and the Pink Limited and everything like that. So great job on that one. So I do, if people are looking for that information, it is readily available just on your website. So that's awesome. Just hover over the symbol and it explains to you its limitations and whatnot. So that was awesome. So that was really easy to see right there, right now. All right, it's Bills versus the Broncos this weekend.
Why you got to pick that game? He's not even a Bill.
We got one more to talk about the Cowboys. Bills versus Broncos. No, but I'm just saying, my team's the Packers, so I'm not trying to do anything. Is there a pick that you have for the Super Bowl right now? Are you following it, or kind of in the rear view for you?
You know what to say.
Listen, I mean, it'd be great to see Bills versus Patriots right now. I think AFC
that'd be awesome.
Game, right?
That'd be awesome.
NFC, I think still a toss up right now, but it'll be, I think, great old school show up. I am from upstate New York. I got to go with the Bills for this one.
All right, there you go.
Welcome, Neil.
There we go, Neil. There we go,
Yes,
Neil.
It's too bad.
Always
There's not
trying to
gonna
get
be
some
another
Bills
game
love.
in Ralph Wilson Stadium, though. I will say that.
Yeah, it's too bad.
You know what? It'll always be Ralph Wilson. Yeah, the memories. You know what? It's always good to have new things, and I'm certainly happy that they're getting a new spot. But
Yeah, for
at the
sure.
end of the
Ralph
day,
Wilson was a
it's
a
old
dump.
and a dump. But like I just have I have nothing but fond memories of it. And like
Yeah.
I'll always say something nice about, at least one thing nice about your Cowboys. They have a fantastic facility, and it's unbelievable. Like, I've never been there, but I'm telling you, like, anyone, I know a couple people that have been there. Like, we have a buddy that's down there, and it's like, wow, it's like one of the best out there. Better luck for you guys next year. But most importantly, again, congratulations on all the success that Moon has had, the volume, the pickup. It's been impressive. I know traders here, real trading, are happy to have more liquidity to access the overnight markets, because we do very well real trading in the overnight market. So thank you so much, Jeff. Our good friend from OTC Markets.
Yes.
Can't wait to see you again, because you always treat us so well with some good food. And we'll talk to you.
I like to talk. I like the
couple
time. I like the friendship. The food is just a little bit of an extra thing.
Friendly guy.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Jeff.
brother.
Ciao, ciao, ciao.
Bye.
All right, over to Adara.
Yeah, we're going to take a moment to thank our friends at PDS Biotechnology, trading on the Nasdaq as PDSB, is transforming how the immune system targets and fights cancer, with initial focus on HPV-16 positive head and neck cancer. Because HPV-16 can cause head and neck cancer, and even more people are facing these high-risk cancers than ever before. HPV-16 positive head and neck cancers are projected to become the most common type of head and neck cancer in the US in a few years. Learn more at https://www.pdsbiotech.com/. Thank you to PDSB. Thank you as well to our friend Jeff Mendel. And back over to our friends Neil and Sean.
All right. Thank you,
Always back
Adara.
to our
Yeah. We like that one. We like getting back to us here. But we're back to the market there. Nvidia does go up and then goes down. And we wind up basically flat on this name. It up and down and then breaks that low there for Nvidia. So it's just, unfortunately, I did put it at that breaking spot low. I could have went a little bit lower and then we'd sort of still be in this name for a flat trade or so. But yeah, it has not traded well during this news release, and that's fine. I mean, if anything, it should have been a short on the futures that went all the way to VWAP, and that's funny because I had said, this is the thing, like just an excuse, but get a little distracted when we had Jeff on there. That was a trade that I had talked about. Let's wait until we get short until VWAP. So I'm not sure I like it anymore, especially if we get this clean bounce, which it looks like we're getting right now off of that level. But yeah, I don't mind a VWAP trade here today on the futures if you did take that, but you just bounced clean off the 50 period. So I'm going to sort of hold off on this trade, I think, right now. But that was a good, that's Nvidia on the futures. So not a bad little look there if you got it. But been a tough trade since all this sort of just went down. The Nasdaq's been up or down there, so down, up, back in. Now it looks like, if anything, it might want to fade lower here. The Nasdaq getting ready to go a little lower right now. All right, why is people, what's up? All right, tomato.
I see BBAI in the chat.
What?
Talking about?
Zephy, that's methane? I don't know what this is, guys. So I'll call us up because you're chatting about it. But there it is. One of these methane gas plays. This is in Canada, but we might not have the stock that you're talking about. So this is the only one that we have. So I apologize if this is not the one. But you type it in Zephy, you'll talk about it. Up 15%. No idea what that is.
I'll check.
Yeah, don't worry. I think that was probably just someone that wants us to get it going. Other than that, what was the name that you just mentioned?
It's actually on the OTC.
Oh, that's why.
Maybe that's why.
Okay, so there you go. It's funny because Jeff had mentioned, don't forget about Canada, and there's a Canadian stock on the market that we're not even talking about. So there it is, Zephy.
No,
yeah.
it was BBAI. Sorry, my mind was somewhere else when we were talking about that, and I was going to jump over. No, BBAI is...
Never heard of it.
It's called, what do they call it? It's like big, it's an animal. We have a lot of them.
I have no idea. Polar bears.
Grizzlies as well.
Yeah.
We like
big
into
bear
one.
AI in these places.
You know what's crazy is, I'm not saying I'm more scared of a moose than a bear.
I am.
But I am. No, it's like, I'm not saying I'm more. They just Moose. They don't care, and they're just way bigger than you think. If you've ever been close to one, they're huge. I mean, just insanely big. Like my in-laws have like up north.
You have no idea how big they are.
We go like hiking in their woods in their back, and it's like you'll see the tracks, and when you, it's like at a Jurassic Park or something. When you see the footprints, like we see the footprints in the snow, and you're like, if that was here right now, I would be like, oh shoot. That's a big animal, bro. But the VBAI breakout, not just high of day, I think it's through maybe not, yesterday afternoon top. So this one is on a bit of a breaker. It's got the 50 period and 200 period hold going. This seems like a 650 breakout tomorrow, right? But does that not look like, here's a 15-minute. Yeah, that's a 650 break tomorrow. I'm writing down, oh, wait a minute. Oh, should I have a doctor's appointment tomorrow? Anyways, yeah. So I'm actually off tomorrow because I have an appointment. But this is a 650 breakout. That's 1, 2, 3 tests in the last 6 days, and some big reversals. Good consolidation, holds on to 6, and then you break higher. Oh, and then there's the super chat, which I didn't even see.
Okay. This dude, TNY said, loaded up. Oh, same super chat. It's just he loaded up on BBAI. So. Yeah, good call there, 2NY cent. We'll see if it goes. I think you're right about the break. I like it because of that 200 period moving average. I mean, we've talked about that.
That's even better. Look at the. Before we go to sector watch, look at the 200 period moving average on this thing. The only breach was literally the April lows. Like you're talking about the tariff bottom. That's it. That's the only time we've actually closed underneath the 200 period moving average. That is accumulation on a stock, any which way you cut it. I believe we are going to the desk. We've got sector watch. Yeah. 30.
See you.
Thank you so much, guys. We're going to take quickly a look at the market right now. I want to start with talking about a couple. Just go over the market first of all. Energy is doing great today. Electric tech looking a mix of red and green, honestly. Finance is flat for today. Retail also looking pretty flat, but communications is another thing that's doing really well today, including consumer non-durables. But I do want to talk about 3 stocks here. XOM up 2.7%. Exxon will also be announcing its Q4 2025 financial results on January 30th with a press release at 5:30 a.m. and a conference call at 8:30 a.m. And Oracle, I want to talk about ORCL. The company has been sued as of today by bondholders who say that they suffered losses because of the company chaired by billionaire Larry Ellison, who concealed its need to sell certain significant additional debt to build out the artificial intelligence infrastructure. And the company has declined any comments on this particular matter, but the shares are down over 5%. And Nvidia as well, to quickly end it, is down 2% right now. U.S. lawmakers and former officials, as of today, question President Donald Trump's decision to allow Nvidia to sell its second most powerful AI chips in China, arguing that the move orders America's AI edge and threatens to electrify Beijing's military. And that's all. Back to the guys.
Thank you very much. This was a funny one there. You should have picked Big Moose AI instead of Big Bear AI. So shout out to Viz. His body got us there. That was
you don't want to, and you can't hit one either, man. Like your car is.
Oh wow, yeah, you don't want to hit a bear either, but yeah, no, a moose will be a problem.
I just feel like a bear is more apt to, like it is what it is. You're not surviving a bear attack either, but I feel like there's things that you can do. And
there's more of a chance to survive a moose attack because I think a bear is. I don't think a moose would be attacking.
But a bear is not really going to attack you in a lot of cases.
Yeah.
I think the real issue is that people are naturally afraid of bears, so you're not going to get messed around. But a lot of people don't realize that they should be afraid of a moose. Oh, yeah. And I think that's the problem. Like you don't think that it's like whatever, this thing's not going to hurt me. There was something else I was going to mention.
A moose don't play around.
It wasn't with Oracle. You know what? We can come back in a second. I lost my train of thought. I was going to talk about something market related, and now I don't remember.
Not Big Moose AI?
No.
Big Tilapia AI. Okay. Yeah, so look at this mistake right here, guys. Look at NVIDIA.
How did we get
to stopped out. And all the way to the upside. So we definitely leave some,
I don't know what it was.
trading to be, desired there. that we got stopped out, but we were just using this little tick to get stopped out. So unfortunately, it does run those levels. And in hindsight, you say, why don't you leave it to down there? But come on, man. I mean, there's only so much that we can do. I can't predict everything up in here. So yeah, that's part of it. So we just gotta stay the course here and just continue to watch out for these markets. You were mentioning that there was some earnings. Okay, yeah, let's go with the super chat. Okay, another super chat right there. Hold on, I got to get some orders out as we start to look around. All right, there it is, easy peasy. 2%, great call in the short, Sean. You're welcome. We'll just hit the props up there. Thank you for continuously supporting the show there. Easy peasy, as you've mentioned, and you've been, man of your word, contributing 0.2%. So I hope I know you're keeping track because you are the one, it's your P&L. But that'd be kind of cool to update us, like maybe on the month or whatever, how it's going. And obviously with all of these, because we're not keeping track of all of this, but that is amazing. Thank you for the continued support of the show and of your super chat donations. So congratulations on that one. And yeah, we did pretty good on those shorts, needless to say. And we were just buy a short the whole day. And the futures was my best trade. And Intel Rivian was really something special today. That was parked up there. And if you guys are wondering what Easy Peasy is talking about, we parked that right here on our sticky note every single day, and Rivian's the #1 trade today. I said 1875 if it comes into play. Obviously that doesn't hit. And then we said 18 short. It's all written here. It's out between 8 and 8:30 at Trader TV Sean. Just go to our socials and I'm sure it will pop up. So there it is. There's the break of 18 and there's the short, man. We were really lucky to get that down to 1720. Again, down there to the downside. So thank you, Easy Peasy, for all of that. It is for sure. There he is in the chat. It's a great start for 2026. That is for sure. My guy over there, I don't know.
It's halfway through.
Yeah, I know. Isn't that
crazy?
nuts?
Like yesterday, I made the slip up of saying, it's been a great start to the month when we're literally at the midpoint.
This is an interesting one because, at what point would OB short eventually get called? Now you're down 24%.
We didn't make up a rule.
No, we didn't make up a rule. I was just saying if it doubles, then I think you get kicked out of it because at that point,
so what's the news with
you wouldn't. I don't even know what the news is, but I'm not bringing it up because it's OB's thing. It's
up 25%.
Yeah, and it's done 50 million shares. So City of Space right there, starting to go upside. I mean, we know.
But Ramin went all
Rocket Lab
space.
Yeah, well,
Ramin
again,
went both ASTS. See, that's a bold move. Going both Rocket Lab and
when
ASTS
it's fake money, you can do whatever you want.
Literally, no, I feel like it's kind of redundant. Why can't I call up ASTS here? Oh, there it goes.
I mean, Rocket Lab's up 7% right now.
So 2 and 7. Yes, that's the thing.
One of my picks.
Rocket Lab is in my opinion, this is just my opinion, a little bit better fundamentally. They're both going to be shot plays. I just think Rocket Lab's a little bit better fundamentally. But then I'm biased between the two. Come on, daily chart. I don't know why that was on Blue Ocean. No, but good look. Because if Citiz is going up, it's probably because the space is going higher. What I'm worried about for these guys is when SpaceX comes to market. There's nothing better to signal a top than the biggest IPO in the group. Because when that turns, I don't care where they are. Like the second you get that IPO high on SpaceX, because everyone's going to love it the first day, let's be real. Like we're all buying it on the first day. Well, okay, we're all trading it on the first day, and we're all going long at the open whenever SpaceX comes around. But if it does like its CoreWeave moment. And,
look at Nvidia, Jesus.
I mean, everything. VIX is that's what I was going to talk about the VIX. The VIX broke that. Broke
long
that low.
Stupid thing.
So longs followed through because the VIX part when the VIX broke down and then VWAP went. No, but when you talk about like, those IPO moments, CoreWeave, when it caught the turn, bye-bye. And at some point after we get the IPO on SpaceX, I think sometime this year, if it does the pullback, whatever is happening in one is going to be nasty in the others. We got Vizbot here with a super chat. I don't know if we can throw that up on here. I'm not on the page. Adara picked Oracle short yesterday. You bought puts and dropped 5%. There you go. That's what it's all about. You know, whether you're just looking at the reason why that short, Adara's been all over. I don't think I've seen anybody more bearish. Like the Citiz thing for Obi, he just likes reversions. But Adara, I haven't seen somebody as negative on a large cap tech stock so consistently. As you've been right from the beginning. This is right from the breakout point.
The second they had made those new all-time highs, and the thing is, I wasn't even trying to be bearish on it. I just was doing research for an infographic, and I go through the earnings report, and I'm like, wait, they haven't put an 8K on work or their infrastructure until this report, when they happen to also have a double miss. Like, it just seemed so like they're trying to, you know, CYA, right? Cover their behinds a bit. And so then the more research I did, the more I believed that. But yeah, ORC, I mean, they say, you know, what is it?
I haven't heard that in a while.
Strong opinions loosely held. Either way here, this opinion is strongly held until I get evidence to support that there is actually, you know, some kind of juice in this. But again, this bondholder suit.
Yeah, you mean you can say cover your ass. That's what you're 100% allowed to say. Like, there's not, like, YouTube is not demonetizing us because you say that. I don't think, for sure. No, but it's been an absolute nasty move forward, Cole. Yeah, this was what I was going to say, but it doesn't matter because ultimately, like, there was that press back through on UVXY, like when it busted. So we bounced off. So it bounced off the lows. Then there's your curl. So like that short there, when it reverts, that's kind of where you'd go long. And unfortunately, it just didn't have anything. And Nvidia is going to end up breaking higher. I wanted to look at. We haven't really talked too much with only 13 minutes till the imbalances come through. I looked to see if Tesla was going to see if it could break out, and it's not. So this move up in the market, Tesla's not going with it at all. Alphabet, actually this just went green, believe it or not. So again, you have some outperformance. And it's important to look at the Mag 7 individually at this point, right? Like, just don't compare Google and Amazon to Apple and Meta anymore. It's not going to be the jam. But another green day for Alphabet in what I think, this is probably the lamest all-time high breakout. But if you look at the prior levels we were at on Alphabet, like that high at 330, well, where did we bounce today? We bounced at 330. So technically speaking, we topped out at 340. We held the top of the prior range, and we're bouncing higher. So this is holding that bullish pattern, even if most of yesterday kind of stunk on it, and a lot of today wasn't very good. Technically, this still looks absolutely fantastic on Google. Another all-time high. Nobody picked Google either.
Google was definitely like, so I know what I want to talk about.
Nobody picked Google.
It was my number one pick, and I just didn't make it, so I didn't pick it. You're right, no one picked it. I was just looking here at ARC-KQ. This is a name that I bought, and we bought it live on the show, actually. We put a market on open order right here, and we got 109 and change that day. This is when we started to hear all about robotics, right? And that was going to be a push for the administration, and boom goes the dynamite there, ARKQ. And the reason why it's ringing a bell to me a little bit here is because this is a name that we had talked about with Rocket Lab, Astis Mobile, and all that, and Tesla. They're big parts of the story here. So yeah, just a little bit of a look there on ARKQ and what that's been doing here today. So a nice move up, another 1% right now. It's funny because C had mentioned uranium earlier, and SMR is doing okay, up 2.6% right now as that continues to sort of get off its bottom side there, $14 up to $19.20, $19.20. But trying to kick through, that's $21 right there. That could be a spot for SMR if we eventually get through some of those areas. But yeah, nice move higher here for SMR today. I'm still like,
oh, you see the Widowmaker today?
It's too bad Nat Gas. No, I did not see Nat Gas, but it's too bad about this, man. Like, we were long on that and we didn't hit it. Trump talking, remember, Greenland is going to be a story, which I don't know if that has anything to do with critical metal or minerals and everything.
They're definitely,
like that, but it's definitely a story.
Oh, it's definitely a critical minerals. But the thing about Greenland is it's like there's no infrastructure there.
Yeah, I know. LAC,
so like, you're not really mining. It'll take some time to get any real mining production done. It just seems like it's more geopolitical. Like, it's serious. Everyone's passing around this meme of when an episode of Jack Ryan talked about Venezuela and then how.
Oh, I saw that one.
Thing. No, but there's a similar one. If you ever watched the show The Diplomat.
Okay.
There's a similar scene where the strategic importance of the area around Greenland for early detection. In that episode, they're really talking about a base in England, but when you see the map, really Greenland's clearly more important. And so it could just be that as well. Like, it could be much more tactical.
Well, that's what Trump says. He's like, we don't want China or Russia to be our neighbors. So
yeah, and when you think about the Arctic with let's be real, with some of the melting there, it does make a heck of a lot of sense. The U.S. used to have, I forget the exact number, but it's an order of magnitude more troops and a presence militarily on Greenland, and it's been dwindling over the years. When you think about it on a map strategically, it's very important. So I think it could be more than that. And the other side of it, this annex stuff, man, here's my call. They're not taking over, it'll never happen, not taking over Greenland. They could literally just buy it.
You don't want to come try to take over Canada. I mean, you don't want to run into our army.
No, but I'm being dead serious. There's 57,000.
Yeah, I know. I saw yesterday.
Yeah, it's a very good point. You could literally just say, this is how much we're willing to pay. I dare you to say no.
Well, they
it matters more to us than you. And the Danes will go for it if
I forget who it was. Someone already offered them $100 million, like 40 years ago or something. I think it was the French or something.
100 million 40 years ago?
You can look it up. I saw it was on CNN yesterday. Someone had offered a country, I can't remember the country, had offered $100 million for Greenland. So I don't know. The bidding has started.
How much would they have to offer each
This president is going crazy.
I don't know what the
over here, and he's buying Intel, buying some Nvidia, buying some Greenland up. Yeah. I was just joking. I was saying, like, if they come after Canada, they don't want any of this smoke, man.
I like U.S. dollars.
Our army will just. May make everybody run the other way.
Okay, Adair. Me, I'm fast. I can run like a beast.
You don't want us to send all these moose at you guys. I mean, that would be a big.
That's the front line of defense.
That'd be a big problem. I don't think Trump is understanding the moose situation.
Yeah, what can you do about that? Line the moose up, and then just nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, except for just shoot them. But okay, let's go over to Adara.
Yeah, let's just talk here about oil again. USO to the downside. We have had some comments here from Venezuela and Iran from U.S. President Trump. He's saying basically that apparently situation has stabilized a little bit here in Iran. So USO dropping a bit. Keep an eye on oil plays with that in mind. Back to you.
It's nasty, some of the energy names that are moving around here to the downside, for sure. And we just got another super chat here. Greenland is within ICBM trajectory from Russia to USA. Absolutely. So this is real. This is why we are looking at, I even said, like, I'm mad that it doesn't, like, it's just, I shouldn't be mad because I own MP materials, but I wish I had made this one of my picks. It's more the principle. Like, the principle behind it is last year I didn't make a single pick that I didn't own, and this year I did, and I should have just picked the stock that I actually have already bought. And it's like, I'm not buying CRISPR just because. I actually do like CRISPR still, but I just feel like this would have been a better one. You're going to get a breakout here. You're going to get a breakout in critical metals. And let's see tomorrow, because both of these have recently taken a new high. You're going to want to at least hold a pullback into that prior high. Like, the move has exhausted itself today, obviously with 15 minutes left, but can you withstand a pullback into the prior high? If that can do it, then I think the shorts are still going to be concerned. Let's go up to CF 5 minutes to imbalances, everybody.
So the dollar, as we know, is under political pressure, is being sold as investors react to a certain fresh threats to Federal Reserve independence, which raised concern about future U.S. monetary policy credibility. We're also going to take a look at euro and pound. The euro is holding up as Eurozone inflation has showed to ECB's target. It's encouraging expectations that the current rate cut cycle may soon end, which is limiting downside for the single currency. Also, going to talk about the pound. The pound is also gaining against the dollar. Nothing major else happening here. Also taking a quick look at the Japanese yen. USD JPY are trading in a zone where markets are seeing an elevated risk of official action. And that's about it. Back to the guys.
Not quite yet. We have to talk about Beyond Meat. BYND spiking here. Why is this spiking? Because the company teased that something is coming on January 15th, 2026. Astute listeners will know that is tomorrow. So BYND teasing an announcement tomorrow, and that's all it takes for the stock to jump quite consistent or quite significantly here into the close. Back to you. Trump also finishes comments.
Yeah, I mean, unless the thing that is coming is a product that tastes just as good, it tastes pretty good.
You know what's coming? Bankruptcy.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, well, this was another one. You could have just picked this to be done at the end of the year, and really, it's either going bankrupt or you're just going to get blown out. Like, that's your ultimate shot play.
Yeah. I'm just playing around.
No, in all seriousness, like what? It's a.
I wish I
for
knew.
now, it's a health concern, and it's not quite as healthy. the notion, I think, ultimately is a good one. If you ever get some kind of an alternative product which tastes exactly the same, when you put it on the grill, it behaves the same way, and the health concerns are the best, I think you get some, some better turnover. Like I remember we tried the A&W burger when it first
I've
came
had them
out,
before.
and I enjoyed it. But it's like, okay, but it's not as good for me as a regular burger. And that's gonna matter, man. Like I don't care where you lie. I don't care where you lie on the actual topic in terms of personal opinions and the environment, all that kind of stuff. Put that aside. Economically, it's got to taste as good.
Oh yeah.
It's got to be just as healthy, at a minimum. And of course, the price needs to be at least the same. If you cannot get that trifecta, I don't see how it's supposed to work. It's kind of like, remember there was a scene there's a scene
You can't
in
even barbecue.
Billions.
Yeah.
Where Bobby Axelrod is like chastising his own wife for her business. And it was the same thing. He just lists, here are the things that you are not doing relative to your competitors. Until then, you're not ready.
Right.
And so they're not ready yet. It's that simple.
Yeah, I don't know what these guys are going to be doing recently, but you got to watch for this dollar spike, right? I mean, a dollar break on any stock, regardless. We've seen it here. We can't even pronounce the names of the stocks or anything like that. And when it breaks a dollar, you do have upside pressure because you want to stay above that dollar. The company knows it. The underwriters know it, all that, or you get delisted by especially this is a Nasdaq name, so they will delist you after 90 days of being under $1 with no explanation or anything like that. So, if it's just going to be company business, that you will get delisted. I don't know how long. They haven't spent that long under there. They haven't gotten any warning, I guess, from the Nasdaq yet, but that is the problem. So above $1, you'll often get some of the whales trying to hold this thing up just so it doesn't break back down below. And sometimes you do get some carry forward on that. Beyond Meat was it was like in the 70s or 80s as far as the short float is concerned. It might be incorrectly, now it's only 30%, so I was gonna say it might be incorrectly reported right now, but that 30% I bet you is way higher. So we're gonna wait to see what winds up happening here with Beyond Meat. Interesting name, interesting levels there for $1. So thanks to Dara, something good. When is it cooking up? Thursday, you said, or is that tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow, okay, so there we go.
Some big orders above $1 here.
Beyond Sausage coming tomorrow. So let's go. The Nasdaq's pulling back into VWAP again. We are now moments away from the imbalance locator to hit. And right now, if you just sort this by size, I got to save it when I sort it by that. So you have right now, these are live orders, by the way. They're just going to come through and then print at 5 o'clock, at 4 o'clock. But these went here on the Amex, so SOX S, we know what that is that's only $2 right now. So not much movement there on SOX S. Again, semiconductors. These are all basically just MDT there, maybe if someone holds that stock. BAC, there's a small bid as well, so that could be a play on something coming up. DVLT with a small sell. So we're now 40 seconds away from something popping. I'm out of everything. I don't know what to do anymore. Silver, why give anything back at this point? I mean, we could make lots of trade, but this is going to go out at the high of the day. SLV, it looks like up 7%. So for what? We have imbalances coming out soon.
We'll go to the desk after the imbalance. We got 20 seconds to the imbalances. I know we're going to go to the desk in a quick little second. So we'll show you the imbalances when they come out. SOX S definitely stands out. SCHO is on the Amex. JP Morgan has a decent size early look. Remember, the banks have all been really bad so far. Wells, BAC,
not good.
Citi, we get Goldman and Morgan Stanley as well tomorrow. So imbalances should be, nothing has popped up as large. So they're out, but nothing jumped up here at all. Warner Brothers is a 1 million
like literally
sell.
Nothing.
That's the only thing. Mobilize a sell of 960,000. Apple is a sell of 880,000. I really got to scroll down. I don't even see Nvidia there. So as I scroll back up, I'd say the big one, I don't know, Warner Brothers maybe? That could be moving around on a 1 million share sell imbalance, and it's not. Let's go to Sia at the desk.
Thank you so much. Really quick crypto update for today. Nothing major going on, but BTC surged sharply. It surpassed the $96,000 mark, and it's currently up 2.18%. Also, a really quick look at XRP is currently up. It's currently down 1%, but is trading above the $2 value. That's all. Back to the guys. Thank you.
All right.
And the overall imbalance, sorry guys, the overall imbalance is $2 billion to the buy side. Thank you, Adara, for that, which is kind of weird because I don't see any big names in the buy side. Like Apple's actually a sell.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to be a whole heck of a lot.
No, I trust it. We get that number, and I'm usually trusting it, but I'm just not seeing anything large at the buy. XOM 500,000 to the sell side. Yeah, nothing too crazy at all. So very quiet on the imbalances. Don't forget, we're 2 days away from Walmart being added to the Nasdaq 100. Kind of a flat day for Walmart, but when the market's down, a flat day when you just recently, this only shows it from the time it was on the Nasdaq, obviously, everybody, but it just recently made another press through its top and a little bit of a pullback day. So I'm not very disappointed in Walmart consolidation off the highs. I'll take that all day, every day. And Beyond Meat might be above $1 now. No, it is not.
No.
See, that's the thing. When someone types in the chat, they always go like beyond $1, and I'm like, oh, it's above $1, and it's not.
We don't have much movement here in many names right now. I mean, I know that there is some movement definitely in the market. I mean, not trying to say this is super sleepy or anything here, but it is not going crazy. The market is just kind of taking a little bit of a break right now, trying to figure this all out, obviously, as we continue, to watch out for more headlines and NASDAQ upside, downside. It's been a real rough day for the NASDAQ today. I mean, it was pretty much fade every single top. I mean, you had VWAP there, you had VWAP there, and then we break on news, and then you're still going to wind up underneath. So it has not been a great day today for many names, and we'd already sort of went through many of those, but the banks were here's Tesla down 2%, not doing much this afternoon, but yeah, banks, bad, but on recovery, right? BAC, a nice little move higher there. Wells Fargo, the last time we checked was 4.7, 4.4, so okay. And JP Morgan yesterday didn't have a great day either, and that'll be down 1% today, coming off the bottom. So we'll see if Goldman and the rest of them can sort of help this sector here tomorrow. But banks really, really getting hit. And then Google today, which was, you can't keep this name down for long, man. I mean, it went into 330 this morning. And I remember we talked about it when I was down there. I was like, if there's going to be any long on a rebound today, I really like Google. And I think that did print out well for many of you traders. So congratulations if you were able to pick anything up here on Google today. It looks like a good short early and then a great long late. So Google still making us pretty happy to hold this one. Market down, Google pretty much flat today. So good signs all around for Google shareholders, I think, as we approach the close here. 6 minutes until we're done, but Google holding up good. And then Walmart talk. Yeah, and the thing is, Sidhu's was up 25%. And the other thing too was Target, Walmart, these guys skip a beat today because we do not get any tariff news. So no tariff news out of the Supreme Court. So retail for now is safe. I mean, that was a big worry with Costco. I mean, safe. I mean, it's just delayed. I don't know what the decision is going to be, but that was the big worry for a lot of Costco shareholders. And Costco's had a nice little weekly run from 860 to 960. Oh my gosh. Costco's on a run there. And Walmart, of course, it's tomorrow. No, it's a Friday, right? Friday, Walmart gets thrown in. So
the 16th.
Yeah, exactly. So Walmart, soon to be added to the Nasdaq 100.
And speaking of things that are running or moving, hey, a V-shaped recovery on Visa. There's something about that is, it's just very pleasing. I've been critical of the credit card names, but they caught a bid. After, it hasn't been kind, right? The last couple of sessions have been really, really nasty, and they are definitely catching a little bit of a bid. I just wanted to put in perspective here what's really going on. Not a huge fan of them, but maybe you're getting a little bit of a relief rally. 355 hit. That being said, there were no big imbalances to revert. Nvidia was nowhere, and now it's a buy of 1.3 million. So that's, it is moving. Here, it's just easier. It's going to be easier for me to do this because I'm not on it. But Nvidia pressing through the high on that bit of a flip. I want to say Walgreens. Warner Brothers is now 1.7 million to the sell side. So I'd say those two are probably the most interesting. So overall, I'd call this a pretty good day for Nvidia in that it was really weak, but it's going to end the day with a pretty decent reversal, which I think could be a good sign. Maybe the Nvidia gets interesting again and can start pressing a little bit higher, because that's a pretty decent consolidated bottom for us to close on the highs. Now, I won't be here tomorrow, but my gut tells me it's like just short this level at 185 first, and definitely short it at 187 on NVDA. Yeah, it's still a pretty nasty looking day. AMD is going to be flying. That didn't have an imbalance, but it'll probably go with Nvidia. The Nasdaq, as you can see, that's a pretty decent bounce off the lows here at the end of the day. So we got a bit of a bounce from the president here in the afternoon. Kind of reverse the energy markets and then reverse the tech boom as well. And then the only thing that did what it was doing before was silver. Like everything reversed, silver just kept on going higher because it just doesn't give a darn.
Yeah,
silver's like that.
Silver's not.
Silver's like that dude that just sits, just sort of sits on his porch and doesn't care what nonsense is going on in front of him. It's like, I'm going to do me, and you can't tell me what to do. We're just going higher.
Yeah, silver ain't
That's
playing.
silver right now.
Silver ain't playing right now. And Nvidia, the fact that that's turning green, it's not turning green, but what a green move. And I know you just covered it, but wow, silver, just huge move. There one more time here today. Bitcoin holding out as well. We could see Bitcoin down there 97.3. So a look at IBIT. You know what was hitting the scanners a lot today? I don't know if it's a big move or if it was just hitting key levels or what, but yeah, okay, that was what it was. Just kept on hitting VWAP. So Marathon, Digital, decent play, I guess, in the Bitcoin space. But I mean, IBIT's up more than 1%, right? So you can have to see why Marathon's still kicking down lower, and it's harder and harder to mine, so that makes sense. IBIT, and then the other one would be Coinbase, how you can see a quick little look to see what's going on in the space for Coinbase. Generally moves quite nicely with the crypto plays. So Coinbase today, though, unfortunately, not up as much as Bitcoin. Coinbase up 1.27%, but it was at this high of 263. Look at that, man, double, triple tops right there. So as Neil just mentioned, we will have Obi with me tomorrow, so that should be a lot of fun. And then I believe the midday show will be Sharif and Adara, so that should be a lot of fun there on the midday show.
Special treat.
Get ready for that one. 2 minutes
ready for
to
Adara
go.
on the trade desk. I can tell Adara's focused already, either working on an infographic or looking at some charts for sure, and she'll be on the midday as well. There was another thing we wanted to mention with 2 minutes ago. Look at the defense names. Breaking out again. Northrop Grumman, fresh highs, up 4% today. A little bit of that defense pullback is really starting to go. I'm gonna imagine I'm still, another break higher for Boeing. That just continues to rally. This should be at $250 by the end of the week. And Boeing, look, I think Boeing's going to be amazing. And I got away from this. This was a pick I had written down. And part of it was because it's already gone so far. But even this breakout here, I said 250. Nah, man, you could be at 260. But this is a weekly, so maybe next week for a test of that 260. Yeah, defense names, maybe not talked about enough. They have been incredibly strong here for sure. So less than 1 minute to go. Again, there weren't any crazy imbalances, but for what it's worth,
Nvidia, I can't believe I got stopped out.
Nvidia's still going. By the way, Beyond Meat did not even come close to breaking $1. You get a good headline, and they can't even, because it's got to close over $1, right? And then once you get over $1, you got to close over $1 like 10 consecutive days. So it can't even get the 1. You got to get 1. You can't count to 10 without starting at 1 Beyond Meat. I'm just saying.
Yeah, Nvidia just absolutely rocking right now, up to 183 and still going with only 20 seconds left. The Nasdaq will be down 1%, which is pretty good, man. It was a lot lower there. It was down 1.8% at one point. The ES going out at 0.54. So we'll see if we can battle back tomorrow. But what a great day it would have been to buy some of those dips if you were able to do that during the midday. 3, 2, and 1. So again, thanks everybody. Thank you to Sia. Make sure you do check out OGen there. NYSE listed OGen Oragenics for brain health and concussion treatment. So the market felt a little concussed at one point there today, but definitely woke up and started to make some new moves there into the end of the day as the Nasdaq starts to print a little long. And I know Sia sort of went through, or maybe it was Adair that went through this board, but technology is pretty bad. There's some mixed names in there, AMD positive as well. But this is JP Morgan's health conference, and there's a lot of these names going, man. J&J up 2% again. So let's watch out for maybe some of these tomorrow. Danaher's there, Pfizer. I heard Obi talking a little bit of Pfizer on the midday, so we'll talk to him about that tomorrow. Eli Lilly, J&J, BMY. I mean, this is the space right now, and it's just been going good. And then obviously, We've gone over some different stories today as far as the energy space is concerned. CVX and XOM continue to kick. I love Valero there as well. FANG, EOG. And then in the retail space, they get a little bit of reprieve today with not having bad news come as far as the tariffs are concerned, but we didn't get any news. So Carvana down 2%, Amazon, that's a kind of a yucky day for Amazon there, down 2.5%. So we can definitely try to pick some of that up.
That stands out.
Yeah, that does stand out. But I mean, so does Microsoft. Microsoft's down 2.3 and Meta 2.4. What is this one? Oracle.
Yeah,
4.
but Meta doesn't surprise me. Meta's been doing that. Amazon, that's a little different. Amazon stands out because it hasn't been like that for Amazon. Meta's been going down.
People don't love Meta.
Viking Therapeutics had a big rally today. I don't think we talked too much about that one. Up 12%. Some of the chatter is takeover chatter for them with Viking. Just doing some stuff with the lights in here. Well, one of the reasons why we're working on the lights is we're getting close. You might be able to see how you can see stuff on this screen here. That means we are starting to get closer
to
my stuff. A new fresh look where we'll have screens in front of us. We'll actually be able to operate facing with some new camera shots, facing the news desk, which will give us a more conversational feel. And that's the idea. That is all coming soon. You barely saw Mark working on it, but he was able to get that done the last couple of days. So it's going to be a good one, I think. We're always trying to get bigger and better. Thank you guys for all the support and the super chats. We're always just trying to make the show bigger and better. And of course, it's all for you guys.
All right, good luck tomorrow. Obviously, you'll be fine. And we say shout out to Joe, who's actually in surgery or having it at some point today. I don't know exactly when he's having it, but he's getting his ACL repaired.
Done even by now.
Yeah, I think it's like 20-minute surgery. I don't think it's.
I think the ACL might be longer than that.
Than the Achilles?
Oh, yeah. Achilles surgery is super easy.
Yeah,
It's 20, 30 minutes. ACL is a knee surgery that you got to go in to like.
Yeah. When I was in 2 nights, but that was not ACL.
I think it's a little bit more.
Okay. Ciao, everybody. Thanks to Dara. Thanks to Sia. Thanks, Brendan. Thanks, everybody. And thank you guys for being with us as well. Andre, Fabian, Ramin, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow, 8 a.m. sharp. Ciao till then.